You might think you already know how to shop at Costco. The truth is, most members are still losing money every time they push a cart through the entrance, without even realizing it. Costco has its own hidden rules, from secret price codes to refund policies, and just one wrong move can cost you dozens, even hundreds of dollars a year. In today's list, we're breaking down the 10 most common mistakes shoppers make, and more importantly, how to avoid them so you buy the right items at the right price and get the most out of your membership. These are things every smart Costco shopper needs to know. Pause for 3 seconds and hit the subscribe button to stay updated with the latest videos. 10. Not checking prices on Costco.com. A lot of people assume in-warehouse prices and online prices are pretty much the same. But this is actually one of the biggest mistakes that makes shoppers lose the most money. Costco operates 2 separate pricing systems, one for the warehouse and one for the website. That means the item you're holding in your hand could be $20 or $100 cheaper online, or the other way around. And if you don't take a quick moment to check, you'll never know you just missed an incredible deal. What many shoppers don't realize is that Costco regularly releases online-only discounts through a mailer that not everyone receives. You see the product in the warehouse and assume it's the cheaper option, but in reality, the best deals are often online only. There are plenty of items sitting right on the shelf in the warehouse that are discounted only online, even though you can physically see them in store. And warehouse employees cannot honor the online price. That's a strict rule. So if you don't pull out your phone and check before paying, you'll almost always leave money on the table. On the other hand, some items on Costco.com are actually more expensive because the shipping cost is already built into the price. That's why checking both sides matters. Not everything online is automatically a good deal. Bottom line, take 10-20 seconds before checkout to look up the item number and compare prices. That tiny habit can save you a lot of money over the year, especially on big-ticket items like mattresses, shelving, electronics, kitchen appliances, or furniture. Costco offers amazing deals, but you need to be the one looking in the right place. 9. Letting Costco's constantly changing layout lead you around. One of the biggest reasons people spend more than they planned at Costco isn't because they love shopping. It's because the store layout is intentionally designed to guide your attention the moment you walk in. Items are constantly moved around. Something that was in one spot last week will be somewhere else this week. This forces you to walk deeper into the aisles, see more products, and sometimes toss things into your cart that you never intended to buy. The lack of clear overhead signs makes it even harder to navigate, turning the entire warehouse into an exploration experience that pulls you in without you realizing it. The fresh food section, where almost everyone needs to stop, is placed all the way at the back of the store, meaning you have to walk past rows of tempting deals before reaching what you actually came for. And the extra time you spend just looking is exactly when your total bill starts climbing. To avoid getting steered by the layout, the key is to walk in with a clear goal. Write down your shopping list on your phone and head straight to the items you truly need, especially the fresh section. The less time you spend wandering, the less you'll be tempted. And whenever you catch yourself holding something you didn't plan to buy, pause for a second and check your list again. A little intentionality goes a long way, helping you stay in control instead of letting Costco's layout decide what ends up in your cart. 8. Not upgrading to the executive membership. A huge number of people walk into Costco every month without realizing they're missing out on one of the most valuable benefits the company offers: the executive membership. On the surface, it seems simple. One card is $60 and one is $120. Both let you enter the warehouse and buy the same products. But in reality, these 2 tiers are completely different in how much money they put back into your pocket. And this is a mistake many members make simply because they assume, I don't need the upgrade. Executive membership gives you 2% cash back on almost every purchase. You might think 2% isn't much, but imagine spending around $500 a month on groceries, gas, household essentials, or canned goods. That's $6,000 a year, which means you'd earn back exactly $120, enough to cover the full cost of the executive card. From the second year onward, any cashback above $60 is pure profit that requires zero effort on your part. For families with kids or shoppers who regularly buy kitchenware, home goods, vitamins, or meat and seafood, that number can easily reach several $100s a year. What many people don't know is that Costco has a subtle safety net. If you upgrade and don't earn at least $60 in cash back during your first year, Costco will automatically reimburse the difference so you never lose money. In other words, you can only break even or come out ahead. You never lose. Which means hesitating to upgrade is actually causing you to miss out on money that should have gone back into your wallet. Most of us shop at Costco because it saves us money and lets us buy more for less. But the executive membership is how you maximize that benefit. Think of it like this. If every Costco trip costs you a few dollars in cash back, you should have earned, by the end of the year, you've already lost far more than the upgrade fee. Upgrading isn't spending more on Costco. It's Costco paying you back for what you already buy. It's a small change with very real benefits. 7. Not using Costco's 30-day price adjustment policy. One of Costco's biggest super perks, and one that many shoppers completely forget about, is the 30-day price adjustment policy. It sounds simple, but it's actually one of the most powerful ways to save money as a member. The problem is most people don't know it exists, or they know but feel too awkward to stand in the returns line, and they end up accepting the fact that the item they bought last week just dropped in price. And this is a mistake that quietly costs you real money. Costco allows you to get back the entire price difference if an item you bought goes on sale within 30 days. You don't need to return it, and you don't need to exchange it. Just bring your transaction to the counter, and they'll refund exactly what you overpaid. In many warehouses, they can even look up your purchase by your membership card, even if you no longer have the receipt. But to be safe, you can just keep receipts for 30 days or take a quick photo of them after checkout. Imagine you buy a cookware set for $79 and the next week it drops to $59. If you don't go back and ask, you just threw away $20 for no reason. Use this policy a few times a year, and you can easily save hundreds of dollars without changing the way you shop. This is especially important for big-ticket items like vacuums, kitchen appliances, electronics, bedding sets, or vitamins, categories Costco frequently rotates on sale. The key is to stay proactive so you don't miss out. Whenever you buy something with a higher price tag, check its price again during your next visit or on the Costco app. It only takes a few seconds, but it could earn you money that most shoppers never realize they're entitled to. Nobody likes the feeling of buying at the wrong time, and this 30-day policy ensures you always get the right deal at the right price. This is a real benefit, and it's absolutely worth using every time you shop at Costco. Comment number 1 and like this video, and I'll reveal something even more shocking. 6. Buying oversized items you can't finish. One of the biggest reasons people say, Costco is cheap, but my bill is still huge, comes from a very common habit. Buying products that are too big. Items that look like a bargain but end up becoming waste. Anyone walking into Costco for the first time can easily get tempted by giant boxes, jumbo bottles, and family-sized snack bags that weigh a couple of pounds. On paper, the unit price looks amazing. But the real question isn't whether it's cheap, it's whether your household can actually finish it before it spoils, expires, or loses quality. And this is a mistake almost everyone makes at least once. Items like ketchup, mayo, BBQ sauce, tomato sauce, or hot sauce all have short shelf lives after opening, even when refrigerated. That 6-pack looks economic, but if your household only has 2 to 3 people, it's extremely hard to use everything up before the flavor and texture start to decline. The same goes for fresh produce. Leafy greens, berries, peaches, and those giant salad tubs can go bad much faster than you expect. Throwing away one spoiled container often costs more than simply buying a smaller size at a regular grocery store. Even products that seem long-lasting, pasta, rice, canned goods, have realistic limitations. Pasta loses quality after just 1 to 2 years. White rice can last a few years, but brown rice lasts only a few months. Canned items with higher acidity typically hold for about 18 months. And then there are those looks cheap, so I'll grab it items like oversized cleaning chemicals or giant wipes containers. Leave them too long and their antibacterial effectiveness drops significantly. 5. Not using Costco concierge service when buying electronics. Many shoppers assume the main advantage of buying electronics at Costco is simply lower prices. But what truly sets Costco apart, and what millions of members overlook, is the Costco Concierge Service. This isn't just a nice extra. It's a benefit that can save you hundreds of dollars if your device ever has issues. And sadly, most customers don't even know they're entitled to it. Costco Concierge is completely free with most electronics and major appliances. The first and most obvious benefit, you get direct technical support 7 days a week. Setting up a new TV, pairing a soundbar, troubleshooting a slow laptop, fixing a router issue, dealing with a washer error light, just call, and a technician will walk you through it step by step. But the real value, and the part most people forget, is the 2-year warranty. Instead of the standard 12-month warranty from most manufacturers, Costco automatically adds an extra year at no additional cost. No hidden fees, no complicated conditions. This additional 1-year coverage is the equivalent of a $50 $150 extended warranty that other stores aggressively try to upsell you. Meaning, you buy a $700 TV, but you're protected as if you bought an extended warranty, even though you didn't pay a single extra dollar. This is why so many smart shoppers only buy electronics at Costco. From TVs and laptops to tablets and kitchen appliances, everything gets built-in extended coverage that other retailers simply don't offer at Costco's membership price. You don't need to register anything, you don't need warranty cards, and you don't need receipts in most cases. Your membership history is enough. 4. Not buying discounted gift cards at Costco. A lot of people walk into Costco knowing it sells everything from groceries to appliances to electronics, but barely anyone pays attention to the gift card section, the place where you can save 20–25% instantly with zero effort. This is one of Costco's most hidden money-saving hacks, yet it's also one of the most overlooked, simply because people assume gift cards are only for giving to others. In reality, it's the opposite. Costco gift cards are something you should buy for yourself if you want serious monthly savings. Think about it. Maybe you drink Starbucks regularly, go to the movies with your family, eat at Cheesecake Factory or Texas Roadhouse, or buy amusement park tickets for the kids. Costco sells $100 gift cards for these places, but charges only $75–80. That means you save $20–25 instantly. No coupons, no waiting for sales. If you spend a few $100s a year on dining or entertainment, these gift cards can easily save you hundreds of dollars without even trying. More than just a discount, gift cards are also a smart way to lock in your spending at the best possible price. When you buy gift cards ahead of time, you're protecting yourself from future price increases. For example, if you know you'll watch several movies this year, why pay full price at the theater when you could save up front? The funny thing is, Costco doesn't advertise the gift card section aggressively. It's usually tucked near the pharmacy, at aisle ends, or close to the refrigerated section. Because it's so quiet, most members walk past without ever realizing they just missed one of the biggest savings in the store. Buying discounted gift cards doesn't just save you money, it maximizes the value of your membership. You're not only saving inside Costco, but also cutting costs on restaurants, services, and entertainment outside Costco too. 3. Ignoring high-quality Kirkland products. One of the most common mistakes Costco shoppers make is skipping over Kirkland's signature products because they assume store brands must be cheap and low quality. The truth is the complete opposite. Kirkland isn't a budget afterthought. It's a product line Costco invests heavily in, working directly with major manufacturers to deliver high-quality items at significantly lower prices than name brands. In fact, many Kirkland products are made in the same facilities as the big brands you're already paying more for. Kirkland doesn't spend money on flashy marketing or branding, which keeps costs low, but quality consistently exceeds expectations. Kirkland bacon has beaten Oscar Mayer in multiple taste tests. Kirkland olive oil is one of the few in the US certified for true purity. Kirkland vodka has repeatedly outperformed Grey Goose in blind tastings. And Kirkland batteries, while not the longest lasting, offer one of the best price per hour of use values you can get. People often skip Kirkland simply because they're loyal to familiar brands and hesitant to switch to something unknown. But once you try them, the price difference becomes shockingly obvious, often with no drop in quality at all. In many cases, Kirkland products are just as good, if not better. From toilet paper, paper towels, spices, nuts, frozen foods, and laundry detergent to supplements and cleaning supplies, countless Kirkland items are consistently rated high by consumers. 2. Not understanding the 97 price tag and the asterisk. Many people shop at Costco every week, but never notice that the price tag is actually the store's secret language. If you understand just a few small symbols, you'll immediately know which items are heavily discounted, which ones are about to disappear, and whether you should buy something now or skip it. Ignore these signals and you'll easily end up overpaying or missing out on an amazing deal without realizing it. Among all the codes, 97 and the asterisk, rasen, are the two most important. A price ending in 97 is Costco's way of telling you the item is heavily marked down, usually the lowest price they're willing to sell it at to clear out inventory. This is not a regular promo, not a weekly sale, but a true clearance price. If you see 97 on something you regularly use, buying it right away is almost always the right move. The small asterisk in the upper right corner of the price sign is an even more urgent signal. The item is being discontinued. That means once the current stock sells out, Costco will not be bringing it back. No need to ask an employee, no need to guess. The asterisk tells you it's a last chance item. For household goods, kitchenware, seasonal clothing, or foods you love, seeing that means you should decide quickly before it's gone for good. Unfortunately, many shoppers only look at the big bold number and ignore these signals. They think they're getting a good deal, but in reality, the 97 price might be the true bottom price. Or they overlook the asterisk and come back weeks later only to find their favorite item has vanished. Costco doesn't put up giant clearance signs or make loud announcements. The price tag is how the store quietly communicates with smart shoppers. 1. Thinking you need a membership to buy most things at Costco. Many people believe without a membership you can't buy anything at Costco. But the truth is completely different. This is one of the biggest misconceptions, and it causes people to miss out on great, affordable, and sometimes free services that Costco allows anyone to use. Once you understand the rules correctly, you'll see you don't always need to pay for a membership to benefit from what Costco offers. One of the clearest examples is the pharmacy. As long as you have a prescription, you can walk straight into Costco to pick up your medications. No membership required, no card swipe. Once inside, you can also take advantage of several health services, such as vaccinations, blood pressure checks, and occasional free wellness screenings, depending on the location and time of year. Alcohol is another big exception. In 16 U.S. states, the law requires stores to sell alcohol without requiring a membership. The food court, too. In many states, it sits outside the warehouse, and anyone can buy hot dogs, pizza, smoothies, and more without showing a membership card. And if you want to shop inside the warehouse but don't want to pay for a membership, all you need is a Costco cash card. If someone you know with a membership buys the card for you, you can use it to enter the warehouse and check out just like any regular member. This is a completely legitimate and Costco-approved method, but hardly anyone knows to use it. When you understand Costco's hidden rules, you realize you can save far more without changing your shopping habits. Just a little more awareness turns every Costco trip from shopping on instinct into a smarter, more efficient, and far more cost-effective experience. Did this video help you? Hit subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers. Spending hundreds of dollars on expensive kitchen knives won't necessarily make you a better cook, but buying the wrong knives at Costco will definitely make you regret it. The line between German-forged steel and metal junk is only a few feet apart on the very same shelf. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. We will start with the items that look the sharpest on the shelf but dull the fastest in the kitchen, then gradually work our way to the options truly worthy of being in your hands every day. First up are 3 knife sets, sitting on Costco shelves right now that you should leave behind before heading to the checkout register. Hex-clad knife block. Looking at this knife set for the first time, it's very hard not to be impressed. Sleek block packaging, laser-etched hexagonal patterns on the blades that look like something you'd only see in a Michelin star kitchen. And of course, Gordon Ramsay's name appears right in the sweet spot on the packaging to remind you that these aren't ordinary knives. But this is precisely when you need to pause and ask a question before laying down your investment. Where is the money actually going in this set? The laser-etched hexagonal pattern on the blade, despite looking highly technical, is actually just an aesthetic surface treatment. It doesn't make the knife sharper, doesn't reduce cutting effort, and doesn't prevent food from sticking to the blade in the way the advertising implies. This is something any bladesmith will tell you straight up if you ask. The sharpness and edge retention of a blade depend on the steel quality and heat treatment process, not surface patterns. The underlying steel inside hexclad is basic stainless steel, not belonging to any recognized premium knife steel standards in the industry. To make a clear comparison, with that same $200, you could purchase an 8-inch chef knife from Wüsthof Classic, a German brand with a knife forging history dating back to 1814, using X50 CRMO V15 steel hardened to 58 HRC. The remaining money is enough to add a paring knife and a genuine honing steel. That is a real knife system, not just a pretty set on a counter shelf. Buyers leaving feedback on American cooking forums often tell the same story. Good initial impression, but after 3 to 4 months, the knives start dulling faster than expected, and the hand feel is no different from much cheaper knife sets. A Reddit user wrote directly, "I paid for Gordon Ramsay, not for steel." That is a harsh but accurate observation. 11. Rotating tower knife set as seen on TV. This rotating tower knife set usually appears during the year-end holiday season, right when people are most prone to buying gifts and least likely to inspect them closely. The brand name on the box sounds very German despite having no official registration in Germany or anywhere else. The design looks professional, and the rotating tower placed on your countertop creates the feeling that you've just upgraded your entire kitchen with a single purchase. The issue isn't the appearance. It lies in the built-in knife sharpening slot inside the tower, the very feature advertised as the most convenient element of the set. To understand why that is a problem, you need to know a basic fact about knives. Every blade has its own standard bevel angle, typically ranging from 15 to 20 degrees depending on the knife style and manufacturer. When you sharpen a knife, the sharpener must make contact at that exact angle to reshape the edge. The built-in sharpening slot in this rotating tower is not calibrated to the proper angle of any blade. Every time you pull a knife out or push it in, it contacts the edge at the wrong angle, not restoring the edge, but actually scraping away metal in a way that destroys the blade structure. After a few months of regular use, the blade is not only dull but damaged to a degree that even professional sharpeners find difficult to fully restore. On top of that, the low-hardness stamped steel in this knife set already fails to hold an edge long even without being sharpened incorrectly. And the result after about one holiday season is that the pretty tower sitting on your countertop becomes something no one wants to use, yet you feel guilty throwing away. That is the true cost of this set, not the number printed on the package. 10. Henkel's International. This is the most sophisticated trap among the three to avoid, as it doesn't trick you with flashy designs or celebrity names, but rather with your own memories. Henkel's is a name that many Americans aged 55 to 65 have long been familiar with, synonymous with high-quality German knives from the city of Solingen, known as the cutlery capital of the world. That memory is real and completely justified, as the J.A. Henkel's or Zwilling lines produced in Solingen are indeed high-end, reliable forged knives. However, Henkel's International is a completely different story. This is a low-end product line featuring stamped steel produced in third-party countries with a hardness level only in the low 50s HRC, holding no substantive connection to the premium forged knives sharing that same family name. The distinction is not clearly advertised, and Costco has no obligation to explain it to you while you are standing in front of the shelf. The core issue is price. At Costco, a Henkel's International set is often priced nearly as high as an entry-level forged set from authentic Zwilling. You are paying based on the memory of a brand name, but receiving a product from a completely different line. The quickest way to check is to flip the blade over and read the etching, but more importantly, pay attention to the construction. A true forged knife has a thick, solid bolster transitioning between the blade and handle, whereas a stamped knife is usually thin and uniform from end to end. That difference requires no expertise to notice once you hold both in your hands. Coming up next are the knife sets referred to as a group of choices that many people buy and never feel the need to upgrade from again, even if they later have enough money to buy a $300 knife. 9. Mercer Culinary Genesis 8-inch. $70 for 15 pieces is a number that makes most experienced knife buyers stop and ask, what was sacrificed in this set to achieve such a cheap price point? The answer with the Cuisinart triple rivet is almost nothing significant. The steel used here is 1.4116, the same family of material that long-standing German brands use for their mainstream knife lines. To give a specific reference point, a single 8-inch chef knife with the same steel type and 55 HRC hardness from more established brands already costs $80 to $90 at standard retail stores. For under $70 at Costco, the Cuisinart triple rivet set brings you that knife plus a slicing knife, paring knife, bread knife, 6 steak knives, poultry shears, and a wooden block. That is a complete kitchen system, not a set piece together just to pad the piece count. The triple riveted handle provides a much better substantial feel in the hand than expected at this price level. The thin blade glides through vegetables and meat effortlessly, making it particularly suitable for those who aren't used to holding heavy knives or who cook for long periods. Buyers frequently mention this as a practical plus, not just a theoretical one. The only thing to keep in mind is that at 55 HRC hardness, you will need to hone it a bit more frequently to keep the edge sharp. But on the flip side, resharpening it requires no special skills or tools. Any standard steel honing rod will do. Number 8. Tramontina Knife Block. Tramontina is the name that made many Americans drop the habit of buying Le Creuset cookware and switch to their products for the simple reason that the performance is comparable, but the price difference requires no justification. This knife set carries that exact same spirit. Full tang, meaning the steel extends continuously from the tip of the blade all the way through the end of the handle, is a construction feature that premium knife brands often advertise as a special selling point and charge a corresponding premium for. Standard stamped knives usually only have steel extending halfway through the handle or less, which directly affects the balance and long-term durability of the knife over time. Tramontina integrates a fully forged, solid-piece, full-tang construction into a $50 knife set without cutting corners on the most critical element. The practical result is an exceptionally solid feel in hand, with a substantial weight that helps you tackle hard root vegetables like pumpkins or sweet potatoes without applying excessive wrist effort. The traditional riveted wooden or polymer handle withstands impacts well, without loosening or rattling after years of use. Users describe this as a true workhorse knife set in every sense of the word, year after year, requiring no delicate treatment like fancy cutlery. One buyer shared after more than 4 years of daily use, "I've sharpened it a few times and it still cuts as well as the day I bought it. Nothing to complain about." That is the kind of feedback that many far more expensive knife sets simply do not receive. 7. Cuisinart Triple Rivet 15-piece. The X50 SAR MOV15 steel grade on the Mercer Genesis blade is the first thing worth highlighting, as this is the exact steel formula that built the reputation of the Wüsthof Classic line, an iconic German knife brand retailing for around $170 for a single 8-inch chef knife. Wüsthof hardens this steel to 58 HRC, while Mercer keeps it at 56 HRC. That 2-degree HRC gap has only a minor effect on edge retention between sharpenings, but it does not impact day-to-day cutting performance in any meaningful way. That is why instructors at top culinary institutes across America require students to purchase Mercer from day one of enrollment. It's not because the schools lack the budget or are unaware of Wüsthof, but because they understand better than anyone that the price gap between the two knives does not reflect a difference in steel quality. It reflects a difference in brand overhead and distribution costs. The soft Santoprene handle offers excellent grip even when hands are greasy or wet, significantly reducing wrist fatigue during long cooking sessions. If you want to upgrade just one single knife instead of replacing a whole set, $35 for the Mercer Genesis 8-inch is a decision you won't need to second guess. Coming up in the next section is a knife set that once sparked fierce debates across American kitchen knife forums for years. On one side were traditional German knife loyalists, and on the other were those who had just unboxed it and couldn't believe what they were holding in their hands. 6. Kangshan Knife Block. If you've participated in any serious kitchen knife form in America over the past few years, Kongshan is a name that has certainly surfaced at least once, usually accompanied by two fiercely opposing viewpoints that cannot be reconciled. One side insists that a good knife cannot come from China. The other side remains quiet and keeps chopping onions. The reality lies in the fact that Kongshan established its manufacturing base in Yangjiang, a city few know by name, but which is currently the world's largest precision hardware manufacturing hub, supplying components to renowned German and Japanese knife brands alike. When independent knife experts place Kongshan on the scale next to a Wüsthof Classic or Zwilling Pro in the $300 to $400 range, they evaluate three core factors: steel composition, forged construction, and Rockwell hardness. The results show that Kongshan achieves 58 to 59 HRC with a fully forged full-tang structure, drawing a direct technical parallel to those German names in pure technical terms. In actual use on the cutting board, the blade is ground to a narrow angle, razor-sharp right out of the box, and holds an edge surprisingly well thanks to its high hardness rating. A user on Chowhound wrote after 2 years of daily use in a home kitchen, "I was skeptical because of the origin, but this is the first time I bought a knife where I didn't feel like I was compromising on anything." At $130 at Costco, Kongshan doesn't ask you to believe in a brand name. It asks you to believe in what is actually inside the blade. 5. Kongshan TS Series. If the traditional forged Kongshan line made many people rethink their prejudices about product origin, the TS series is a step forward on an entirely different level, not only in materials but in its entire design philosophy. The steel used here is Sandvik 14C28N from Sweden, a steel with an ultra-fine grain structure that undergoes rigorous heat treatment to achieve a hardness of 59 to 60 HRC. This is no ordinary steel. Many premium Nordic knife brands use this exact Sandvik steel for their flagship lines and charge a price tag that matches the name attached. When a blade reaches that level of hardness, it can be ground at an extremely narrow 16-degree angle per side, creating a cutting capability that softer steel knives simply cannot achieve, no matter how much you sharpen them. The seamless, all-steel handle isn't just an aesthetic choice. It completely eliminates gaps between the handle and the blade, where bacteria and residual grease accumulate in traditional wooden or plastic handles no matter how thoroughly you wash them. In terms of food hygiene, that is a genuine advantage, not just a design gimmick. A similar knife set equipped with Swedish Sandvik steel at Williams Sonoma or Crate & Barrel typically runs no less than $350. The Kongshan TS series at $120 to $160 at Costco is a price point that its Red Dot Design Award doesn't reflect at all. Red Dot award-winning knife sets are usually priced around that accolade. Costco doesn't care about that. There is a study showing that over 70% of American home knife users never sharpen their knives until they are completely dull. The next knife set was designed specifically for that 70%, and it solves the problem in a way that a $300 knife cannot. 4. Calphalon Self-Sharpening. There is a problem that almost every knife set from $100 to $400 shares, yet no one prints on the box. No matter how good a knife is, it will get dull if you don't know how to sharpen it. And most home users don't sharpen their knives properly or don't sharpen them at all. According to a survey by America's Test Kitchen, over 70% of home knife users never sharpen their knives until they become so dull that they won't even slice into food. By that point, a standard honing steel is no longer enough. It requires a coarse grit whetstone to restore the edge, and incorrect sharpening angles can ruin it even further. That is why many people have a $300 knife in their kitchen, yet use it like a $30 knife because the blade is no longer sharp enough to showcase the steel inside. Calphalon approaches that problem from an entirely different angle. Each knife slot in the block integrates ceramic sharpening wheels that automatically realign the blade angle to standard specifications every time you pull a knife out to use and slide it back in after washing. You don't need to know how to sharpen knives, you don't need to remember to sharpen knives, and you don't need to do anything other than use them and put them away. As a result, the blades maintain a sharpness level of 85 to 90% compared to unboxing, even after months of continuous use. Users often talk about Calphalon in a way few knife sets receive, not because it's impressive at unboxing, but because it still cuts well after a year without asking anything of them. That is practical value that many knife sets pricier than $140 simply cannot promise. 3. Schmidt Brothers Bonded Teak. Most good knife sets force you to sacrifice one of two things. Either you choose good steel and accept an ordinary design, or you choose a beautiful set for your kitchen counter and implicitly understand that your money went more into design than into the blades. The Schmidt Brothers Bonded Teak series is a rare case where you don't have to choose. Forged German steel at a hardness of 56 to 58 HRC serves as the foundation for genuine performance, enough to compete directly with mid-range knife lines from German brands with much longer histories. The design aspect was not a point of sacrifice to achieve this price point, but a distinct area of investment. A slatted teak wood block combined with a magnetic glass face allows you to clearly see each knife without pulling it out to test, while leaving no closed slots inside for moisture and mold to build up over time like traditional wooden blocks. Flipping through the catalogs of Williams-Sonoma or Crate & Barrel, knife sets with a rustic modern design style featuring natural teak wood like this are usually listed from $350 to $450, and that is before you factor in the number of knives included. Schmidt Brothers sells a full 15-piece set at a price where you couldn't even buy a single individual knife from those catalogs. Buyers frequently mention the reactions of guests coming into their home upon seeing this knife set on the kitchen island. No one asks how much it cost because it doesn't look anything like a $150 set. That is the kind of gap between perception and reality that Schmidt Brothers exploits very well. 2. Shun Cutlery Classic. Shun comes from Seki City, Japan, where people forge knives according to traditions that haven't changed much over hundreds of years and consider sharpening a blade to micron-level precision to be ordinary practice. When Costco occasionally brings in small batches of individual Shun knives or small sets, it represents one of those rare opportunities in the kitchen cutlery category here. The VG Max steel core clad in Damascus layers achieves a hardness of 60 to 61 HRC, ranking among the top tier in the home kitchen knife world. But that number is only part of the story. What truly sets Japanese knives like Shun apart is the bevel angle, typically ranging from 16 to 17 degrees per side compared to the 20 to 22 degrees of traditional German knives. A smaller angle allows for a thinner and sharper blade in a purely physical sense, creating slices that preserve the cellular structure of food rather than crushing it. A piece of sashimi or a tomato slice cut with a Shun doesn't bleed juice at the cut surface. That is a difference you see on the cutting board before you even feel it in your hand. The cutting philosophies of Japanese and German knives are fundamentally different, not better or worse, but suited for different purposes. German knives are thick, heavy, and designed for chopping and cutting through tough ingredients. Japanese knives are thin, light, and optimized for thin slicing and precision cutting techniques. If your cooking style leans more toward technique and precision than force, Shun is what you are looking for. A single 8-inch Shun Classic at a specialty store costs anywhere from $170 to $200. When Costco brings it in at a 30 to 40% discount, those in the know don't leave it on the shelf for long. The number one spot on this list costs less than anything that was just mentioned, and that is precisely why it takes the top spot. 1. Victorinox Fibrox Pro. The Victorinox Fibrox Pro is not the prettiest knife on this list. The black Fibrox plastic handle doesn't evoke a sense of luxury like Schmidt Brothers teak wood or Shun's Damascus pattern. Place it next to anything that was just mentioned, and visually, it loses across the board. That is an indisputable truth. However, America's Test Kitchen has ranked the Victorinox Fibrox as their top choice in the chef's knife category for many consecutive years, beating out knives 3 to 5 times more expensive in real-world testing that included chopping, slicing, dicing, and edge retention over multiple uses. America's Test Kitchen purchases all test products with their own money, accepts no brand sponsorships, and publishes results free from any advertising pressure. The Swiss X55 CRMO 14 steel, at 56 HRC hardness, is durable enough to serve professional chefs in restaurant environments, where knives are used continuously for hours every day without being treated gently. Resharpening takes under a minute using a standard whetstone. The Fibrox handle features a textured surface that provides a non-slip grip even when hands are wet or greasy, a practical safety element in the kitchen that many prettier handles fail to offer. It also comes with a lifetime warranty from a brand with a Swiss heritage dating back to 1884. The reason Victorinox takes the top spot on this list isn't just because it's the cheapest. It's because after looking through everything to date, from $200 knives with laser patterns to handcrafted Japanese knives with Damascus cores, this is still what professional American chefs choose for daily use in their own kitchens. The simplest test for any knife at Costco is slicing a ripe tomato without pressing down. A truly good knife requires no force. It only requires contact. If the knife you are currently using at home can't do that, you now know what you need to replace. Costco is giving us seasoned shoppers that itch to buy once again with 12 incredible value new finds. Don't wait until you see crowds sweeping the shelves clean to start regretting it. Check out this list before heading over. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Cooling Solutions. Blue Air Purifier 2-pack. This August is hotter than usual, and indoor air quality right now is actually a bigger concern than the outdoor temperature. Blue Air just launched a new model at Costco, and what caught my eye right away is the upgraded motion sensor, along with a real-time color-changing LED indicator ring that adjusts based on air quality. You don't need to stare at numbers or open an app to check. Just a quick glance at the light tells you whether your room is clean. A 2-pack goes for $100, which comes out to just $50 per unit for a Swedish brand with decades of trusted industry reputation. Hisense U-shaped window air conditioner. If your issue is temperature rather than air quality, then this Hisense unit is what you really need to look at. The ultra-slim U-shaped design is its biggest differentiator compared to traditional window ACs. For attic rooms, small living rooms, or homes without central AC, this is currently the most practical solution. A DIY installation you can tackle in an afternoon without hiring a technician. It runs quietly and cools fast, and $240 for a high-quality window unit like this is a very fair price compared to the rest of the market. I think many of you will want to hit Costco today after hearing this next part. 2. Deli Counter. Assorted BBQ platter. There are some summer days when cooking from scratch just to get dinner on the table sounds entirely unappealing. Costco's assorted BBQ platter solves that exact problem. Inside the tray are ribs and pulled pork that are fully seasoned and prepared. Just bring it home and reheat it. It's enough to fill up 4 to 5 people, and at $5.49 a pound, it's a budget-friendly deal. Pretzel Bagels 8-pack. Combining pretzels and bagels might sound unrelated, but Costco pulled it off, and the result is pretty convincing. The exterior has that golden brown color and light hint of salt, typical of traditional pretzels, while the inside remains soft and chewy, just like a bagel should be. 8 bagels for $4.99. Toast them up for sandwiches, spread some butter, or eat them plain. Simple, affordable, and honestly tastes way better than the price tag suggests. Quinoa Salad. This month's quinoa salad presentation looks great. Quinoa mixed with colorful diced vegetables and a light sweet and sour dressing that isn't heavy. At $5.49 a pound, one tub can easily cover 3 to 4 light lunches if you throw in some chicken breast or shrimp. Ithaca Olive Oil and Sea Salt Hummus. Ithaca just put out a new hummus, and I really appreciate the ingredient list. All the oil in the recipe is extra virgin olive oil, with 0 industrial seed oils, like most competing brands on supermarket shelves. It's smooth and creamy, with a mild nutty aroma, perfect for dipping fresh veggies, pairing with crunchy crackers, or spreading on your morning sandwich. A 26 Oz tub for $6.99. Organic frozen mango. Fresh organic mangoes at regular supermarkets are far from cheap right now, but this bag of diced mangoes is a completely different story. Flash frozen right after harvest to lock in natural sweetness, certified organic, and a 5lb bag costs just $10. That's $2 a pound. Perfect for morning smoothies, homemade ice cream, or tossing into yogurt. Costco just brought back a bakery item that many have been waiting for since last summer, and this time, it comes paired with a brand new flavor version. 3. Bakery. Strawberry Streusel Cheesecake. Anyone who has tried this knows why it sells out so fast every time it reappears on shelves. The rich cheese filling, perfectly balanced sweet and sour strawberry jam topping, and crunchy, buttery streusel crumbs create a combination you won't easily forget. It's a heavy cake, easily serving 10 to 12 people for $23. Bring this to a weekend gathering or family party, and guaranteed, nobody will ask where you bought it. They'll just ask if there's any left for seconds. Key lime pie jars, 6-pack. This is a new item that has been trending heavily across Costco groups recently. And looking at it, it's easy to see why. Instead of one large pie, Costco pre-portioned it into 6 individual jars, with each jar serving as a perfect single portion. A crunchy graham cracker crust at the bottom, topped with refreshing chilled lime cream. The light, sweet, and tangy flavor is perfect for hot weather. 6 jars for $12 comes out to $2 a jar, eliminating the hassle of storage or worrying about unfinished leftover pie. Convenient and truly worth the money. Good Pop Fruit Popsicles, 16 count. 16 popsicles for $10 works out to about $0.60 per pop. Good Pop uses real fruit featuring a crunchy, sweet, and sour candy shell surrounding a creamy fruit filling inside. Refreshing without feeling heavy on the stomach. Compared to artificial, color-dyed industrial popsicles, this is a much healthier option for the kids, and honestly, adults love them just as much. 4. Storage solutions. Sterilita waterproof storage tote. Not every plastic tote delivers on what Sterilite promises here. A rubber gasket running along the entire inner rim of the lid, combined with 4 side latches, offers near-complete protection against moisture and dust. The plastic is significantly thicker and sturdier than standard bins in the same price range. It offers great protection for documents, clothes, or anything requiring long-term storage, and $10 for that level of protection is a great deal. Green Made Pro Grade 27-gallon tote. This is a familiar storage container found in almost every garage and storage room across America, and its popularity is no accident. Sturdy, heavy-duty, and at a 27-gallon capacity, it holds almost anything without taking up too much space. The regular list price of $8.99 is already good, but with the current instant savings, Costco has dropped it to $6.99, making this the perfect time to stock up on a few extra without a second thought. Green Made Mini Totes, 10-pack. Still from the familiar Green Made lineup featuring its iconic black and yellow color scheme, but this time in a much smaller size. Perfect for organizing small items like screws, hand tools, beads, or office supplies. 10 pieces for $9.49, featuring a stackable design and secure-fitting lids. Kirkland Microfiber Towels. Kirkland microfiber towels are nothing new, but what's noteworthy this time is the updated color scheme that makes color-coding towel usage by area so much easier. Dedicated colors for the kitchen, bathroom, and car detailing eliminate cross-contamination and mix-ups entirely. 36 towels for $17. Costco just brought in a kitchen item that I never expected to see here with that level of quality and at that price point at the same time. 5. Kitchenware. Dash Popcorn Maker. At first glance, it looks like a standard machine, but Dash's design is actually very well thought out. The top lid features a built-in butter-melting tray that melts butter right while the corn is popping, drizzling it down evenly without any extra steps. Once finished, you simply flip the lid upside down, and you instantly have a 24-cup capacity popcorn bowl. $29.99 for a family movie night without anyone having to stand over the stove. PFAS Free Baking Sheet Set made in USA. PFAS chemicals in cookware are a growing concern for many families, and not many products on the market truly meet the standards to completely eliminate these chemicals. This baking sheet set is made in the USA, crafted from heat-resistant aluminum, dishwasher-safe, and notably PFAS-free. A 2-piece set for $21.99. Pyrex Glass. Mixing bowl set with lids, 8-piece set. Pyrex is a name that generations of American households have used and trusted, and this 8-piece set clearly shows why. 4 high-heat-resistant glass bowls paired with 4 tight-fitting flexible lids allow you to mix ingredients and snap them shut to store directly in the fridge. The glass doesn't stain or retain food odors, and it's both microwave and dishwasher safe. $16.99 for the entire 8-piece set. There is an outdoor item at Costco this time with a feature that I guarantee nobody thinks about until they actually need it. 6. Outdoor and camping gear. Beauty Rest Cooling Pillows 2-pack. Sleeping through muggy summer nights without breathable pillows significantly lowers sleep quality, which is something many people overlook when thinking of bedroom cooling solutions. Beauty Rest is better known for its high-end mattress line, but this pillow set is currently at Costco and is truly worth stopping to look at. Queen size, featuring a breathable cover that feels cool to the touch, with good neck and shoulder support resilience. $17 for both, which comes out to $8.50 per pillow for a brand like this. A price point hard to find anywhere else. Orvis Sun Hat. Orvis launched this hat model with a detail that is much more notable than many might realize. They use UV blocking, quick-drying fabric, but the really interesting feature is that the hat actually floats on water if you accidentally drop it while kayaking or fishing. It might sound minor, but anyone who frequents the beach or lake will immediately understand the practical value of that feature. $13 for a high-quality Orvis outdoor sun hat is a price you don't need to think twice about. 7. Furniture and home decor. Deep-seating outdoor rocking chair. The deep-seating high-quality outdoor chair segment usually starts at $400 and up at specialty patio stores, which is why this chair at Costco for $280 is worth a closer look. The specialized fabric upholstery is UV-resistant, resisting fading and stains across multiple seasons, and is built on a sturdy finished metal frame with a smooth rocking motion. Stock is limited, and this style of high-end outdoor lounge seating usually moves fast on weekends. Oversized sofa with storage ottoman. At specialty furniture stores, an oversized sofa with built-in storage like this rarely goes for under $1,000. But Costco is selling this set for $600, making it worth serious consideration. It features a removable wooden tray on the armrest, a hidden storage compartment under the seat cushion, and additional storage inside the matching ottoman, all upholstered in high-end neutral fabric that easily matches almost any interior style. Simon Lee Leather Power Recliner. Simon Lee isn't a brand you frequently see at Costco, making this a rare appearance for a high-end recliner at the $600 price point. The headrest and footrest are fully power-adjustable with smooth, seamless motion, and it includes a built-in USB charging port right next to the seat. For anyone who spends long hours watching TV or reading, the back and neck support on this chair makes a noticeable difference compared to a standard recliner. Accent console table. The 68-inch version marks the return of last year's bestseller. Upgraded this time with elegant gold-plated hardware on the handles and base legs. The 74-inch black version offers a sleeker, more modern, minimalist look and is actually $20 cheaper than the smaller model. Both work wonderfully as TV stands or entryway accent consoles, featuring solid wood construction and a fit and finish far superior to the $480 to $500 price tag Costco is asking. 8. Apparel and fashion. Vintage men's 100% cotton polo shirt. Soft, treated 100% natural cotton with a smooth fabric surface and great sweat absorption. Exactly what you need from an everyday summer shirt. It features a classic fit that flatters your frame without feeling restrictive or tight. Currently fully stocked in sizes S to XL in easy-to-match navy, heather gray, and black. To be completely honest, $15 for a quality natural cotton polo like this is a price point that's nearly impossible to match at any other store. Adidas Performance Polo Shirt. In complete contrast to the vintage style mentioned above, this Adidas polo utilizes performance stretch fabric woven with their signature breathable tech, offering flexible four-way stretch and rapid moisture wicking built for active use. An Adidas polo bought at an outlet or shopping mall rarely goes for under $45 and sometimes costs even more. At Costco, you're paying just $19 for the exact same brand name. Quicksilver Swim Trunks. Quicksilver is a well-known surf brand, and the microfiber fabric on these swim trunks highlights a clear difference compared to generic swimwear. It's ultra-lightweight, water-repellent, and dries exceptionally fast once you step out of the pool or ocean. Anyone who has bought name-brand swimwear outside knows that $17 for Quicksilver is practically an unreal price. Honeydew 3-piece lounge set. This 3-piece set includes shorts, jogger pants, and a soft matching t-shirt in a comfortable material meant for lounging all day at home. $19 for the entire 3-piece set comes out to less than $6.50 per piece, making it the kind of year-round loungewear you don't have to think twice about. It works equally well whether you're buying it for yourself or picking it up as a gift. Costco very rarely carries cat supplies, and this time they've brought in options at prices pet owners won't want to miss. 9. Pet supplies. Automatic self-cleaning litter box. This automatic litter box self-sifts after every use. delivers effective odor control continuously for up to 4 months, and syncs with a mobile app to track your cat's usage frequency, which is actually quite useful for detecting early signs of health issues. The original retail price is higher, but it's currently discounted by $80 down to $300. While still an investment, for multi-cat households, the sheer amount of time and effort saved adds up significantly. Traditional cat litter box with scoop set. If you aren't ready to invest in an automatic unit, this traditional setup is still worth your attention, especially since Costco seldom stocks cat products, so when they do, it's worth taking a serious look. Made in the USA from premium BPA-free plastic, it features high side walls to prevent litter scatter, and is noticeably thicker and sturdier than standard boxes sold at pet supply stores. A 2-pack set with included scoops costs $27.49, making it a practical, high-value choice for multi-cat homes. 10. Electronics. Infinity Power Failure Nightlight 3-pack. Especially useful during power outages, or simply if you have seniors at home, this brings real peace of mind. A 3-pack costs $24, which is $8 per light, and automatically illuminates the moment the power cuts out without you having to do a thing. Unplug it from the wall outlet and you instantly have a handheld flashlight, while the built-in USB port allows you to charge your phone when needed. 3 features in a device the size of your fist. At $8 a light for that level of convenience, it's a no-brainer. Retractable extension cord reel. This product sold out last year and just came back, which speaks volumes about its practical usefulness. The neat wall-mounted retractable box features a 50-foot cord that automatically reels itself back in after use, along with 4 grounded outlets that handle heavy loads well. $55 for families who love DIY projects, mowing the lawn outdoors, or inflating summer bouncy houses without wanting extension cords tangled on the ground. It went fast last year, and chances are high it will do the same this year. Car Charger Key Tracker. This 2-in-1 device tackles 2 common issues at once. The car charger portion plugs into your standard 12-volt outlet as usual, but it comes with a waterproof key tracking chip compatible with both Apple and Android, allowing you to locate your vehicle via your phone even after the ignition is off. $30 for both features combined. Up next is a bathroom product with a price at Costco so much lower than Home Depot that I had to double-check to be sure. 11. Household utilities. Kohler Caladas Toilet. Kohler is a long-standing, reputable fixture brand, and this Caladas model is available at Costco for $199.99, significantly lower than typical distribution channels. The Revolution 360 swirling flush technology cleans thoroughly without requiring much scrubbing, and the water consumption rate of just 1.28 gallons per flush helps save on water bills over the long run. If you're remodeling a bathroom and can snag a Kohler at this price, there's no reason to wait. Artica Royce 3224 LED Mirror. Measuring 32 by 24 inches, this mirror offers built-in natural LED perimeter lighting and an integrated anti-fog demister. Featuring a refined brushed nickel frame, installing it instantly makes your bathroom space look larger and noticeably more modern. Finding a quality, multifunctional LED mirror for under $100 isn't easy, and $99.99 at Costco for the Artica Royce is a price point worth acting on immediately. Swarovski Annual Edition 2026 Ornament. Swarovski releases a limited annual edition every year, and it's a rare occurrence to see this lineup appear at Costco. Crafted from solid crystal with 192 intricate facets, it comes complete with a green ribbon and a metal tag engraved with the 2026 year marker. Hanging it on a Christmas tree or decorating a window catches the light brilliantly. $56.99 for a Swarovski Annual Masterpiece. This final tech section features a device with a price at Costco lower than Best Buy by an amount big enough to buy a few other items featured in this video. 12. Tech and Entertainment. HP 27 All-in-One Computer. Matching white design featuring a 27-inch Full HD display, included keyboard and mouse, 16 GB of RAM, and a 1 TB SSD, all built into a single unit without the need for a bulky computer tower. It keeps your home workspace much cleaner and delivers powerful performance for both office work and the kids' schoolwork. $1,000 for this configuration and matching all-in-one design during this sale represents a significant savings compared to buying components individually. Tresanti Adjustable Standing Desk. Working from home for hours in a single position puts immense pressure on your spine over time, which is why standing desks are attracting so much interest. The Tresanti features a smooth electric lift motor that transitions between sitting and standing positions at the touch of a button, a tempered glass tabletop with a hidden drawer, and integrated USB charging ports right on the side. $279.99 for a fully featured electric standing desk is a very competitive price. Insta360 Luna Ultra Bundle. This bundle is worth looking at beyond just the $769.99 price tag. In addition to the 8K resolution 360-degree camera body, the included set features a gimbal stabilization system, a wireless microphone, and a dedicated shock-proof carrying case, items that would cost a substantial amount extra if purchased separately. Compact and portable, it captures full 360-degree panoramic footage on family trips with image quality that a standard smartphone simply cannot replicate. Don't forget that Costco has a return policy so generous that if you bring an item home to try and aren't satisfied, you can simply return it with no questions asked. That means almost everything on today's list is virtually risk-free to try out. Smart shopping is all about taking advantage of that. Costco just rolled out 35 back-to-school 2026 deals, and some of these items are disappearing from shelves faster than you think. There are discounts of nearly half off, and certain items are on their final run with no restocks coming. Check this out before the best shelf inventory gets completely cleared out. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Thermos 2-pack water bottles. This 2-pack of 32 Oz thermos bottles is currently being cleared out at $20 for the whole set, meaning each bottle costs just $10. The double-wall stainless steel construction keeps drinks cold all workday long, the textured outer coating offers a great grip, and they are dishwasher safe. The bottles also feature a removable, impact-resistant silicone boot, which is handy when you need to slide the bottle into the side pocket of a backpack without worrying about scratches. What is even more noteworthy than the price is the asterisk on the price tag. Anyone familiar with shopping at Costco knows what that asterisk means. The item will not be restocked. Once it's gone, it's gone. And at a price point of $10 for a large-capacity, high-quality thermos bottle, I see no reason to hesitate any longer. Some of the items on today's list aren't making their first appearance, but this could very well be the last time you see them. And now is when you need to pay close attention. 2. Dyson Bladeless Fan. Dyson rarely goes on sale, and anyone who has tracked this brand for a while knows that. A straight $100 price drop down to $200 is the kind of deal you might not even see once a year. As for the product itself, Dyson's bladeless technology is highly rated for its absolute safety around homes with young kids or pets, while the integrated filter captures fine dust in the room and operates almost silently. The modern design is also part of the reason people are willing to pay for Dyson, as it looks like a piece of home decor rather than an ordinary home appliance. 3. HP OfficeJet Pro A48 Printer. This printer is discounted by $65, bringing the price down to $135, almost half the list price. And this isn't just a basic printer. It features a full automatic document feeder on top, automatic two-sided printing, crisp scanning capabilities, stable Wi-Fi connectivity, and fast print speeds with minimal paper jams. For families with kids in school or anyone who regularly needs to print documents and paperwork at home, this is a buy-once-use-for-years kind of investment. Doing the quick math, just saving a few dozen trips to a local print shop will pay for this item. 4. True Innovations Mesh Chair. Discounted an extra $30 down to $90, this is one of the few chairs under the $100 mark that is genuinely worth the money. The flexible synthetic mesh backrest offers excellent heat dissipation during sweltering summer days. The armrests and height adjust flexibly to fit your body frame. The frame construction is sturdy, and home assembly takes only about 10 minutes. This isn't the cheap faux leather type of chair that peels after 6 months of use. Anyone who sits and works for long hours knows that the backrest dictates most of how you feel at the end of the day. Outside of Costco, you would need to spend at least double to get a mesh chair with an equivalent supportive frame. 5. 3-piece bamboo lid plastic bins. This 3-pack of clear, BPA-free plastic bins with bamboo lids is currently marked down by $4 at the register, bringing it down to $14.99. The transparent body lets you see inside instantly without needing labels or taking off the lid to search, whether it's markers, paintbrushes, or small documents. The bamboo lid adds a clean, polished feel that looks straight out of Pinterest, but at a price that definitely isn't Pinterest. It works out to under $5 a bin, which is cheaper than buying single bins of the same quality at any home decor store at the mall. There are things at Costco that look regularly priced, but are actually being sold at up to 40% below retail market value. And there are no special signs to remind you. 6. Adidas Laptop Backpack. This Adidas backpack is currently discounted by $5 down to just $19.99. Its youthful shape is the first thing people notice. The shoulder straps are thickly padded so your shoulders won't hurt when carrying heavy loads. There's a dedicated padded compartment to protect laptops up to 15.6 inches, and it features stain-resistant polyester material with sturdy bottom stitching. These are two key details that anyone carrying a backpack every day will check first after a few months of use. Compared to the original retail price of $45 to $50 at sporting goods stores in the mall, $19.99 is a price point that, without Costco, you would be hard-pressed to find anywhere else selling the same brand and quality at this level. 7. High Sierra Loop Backpack. High Sierra is a name that has had plenty of time to prove its durability in the backpack market, and this loop backpack is currently marked down by $6 to $18.99. What I like most is the extremely practical layout of the accessory pockets, complete with an internal key fob, side mesh pockets deep enough to fit a 32 oz water bottle, and a breathable mesh back panel that keeps you from feeling stuffy during long wear. This is the kind of daily driver backpack you can use every day without worrying about tears or broken zippers after a single semester. 8. Hunter Women's Crossbody Bag. Hunter isn't a name that usually shows up under $20, and that is precisely why this bag is worth pausing for. Hunter's signature water-resistant material remains intact, featuring a wide, easily adjustable strap and a modern softbox silhouette that looks sleek and elegant. Yet inside, it has more than enough room to hold a large phone, wallet, car keys, lipstick, and a small bottle of hand sanitizer all at once without bulging or getting lopsided. Anyone familiar with the Hunter brand will immediately understand why $19.99 for one of their genuine bags is an exceptionally rare find. Coming up in the next section is a tech item that delivers 80% of the experience of brands costing 3 times as much. 9. Anker Noise-Canceling Headphones. There's no need to spend $300 to $400 on Bose or Sony if your main goal is simply to focus on studying or working in a shared space. These Anker headphones feature active noise cancellation, ANC, technology that performs well for the price point, soft faux leather ear cushions, and a fit that allows for hours of continuous wear without pinching your ears. The sound performance is solid with warm bass, filtering out most background hum without needing additional adjustments. The most practical way to evaluate headphones is to compare them based on your intended use. If you need 80% of the quality of high-end models at less than a third of the cost, $80 is a sweet spot that needs no further justification. 10. Multi-Outlet Surge Protector Set. This 2-pack is priced at $23, making each power strip just $11.50. And these aren't your ordinary power strips. They feature a sturdy 6-foot heavy-duty cord and a flat right-angle plug that sits flush against the wall, allowing you to push desks and furniture close to the wall without interference. Super convenient for small rooms or tight work corners. Each strip includes 3 standard 3-prong outlets along with integrated USB-C and USB-A ports for fast charging, which is plenty for most current devices. Dorm rooms, office desks, or your kids' study nooks running out of charging ports is almost a given. These 2 quality power strips solve that problem without having to buy extra standalone hubs. 11. 5000 sheet copy paper. This 5000 sheet box features standard 92 brightness and 20 lb paper weight that won't jam when fed through high-speed printers. It works out to just $7.40 per 500 sheet ream, which is significantly lower than buying individual reams at standard office supply stores. For freelancers working from home or small offices that need to print frequently, this is a buy once and forget it deal that lasts all year. The box is heavy, but Costco has carts. And $37 for a year's supply of printer paper is an expense you don't need to overthink. 12. 800-sheet megapack copy paper. Another option for you if you need a smaller quantity of paper. This 800-sheet pack is currently discounted by $2 down to $8, neatly packaged, so it's easy to carry and doesn't take up much storage space. The paper quality is identical to the large box, but it's better suited for students or households with moderate printing needs. At $8 for 800 sheets of standard printer paper, there's practically no reason to buy it anywhere else this back-to-school season. 13. Scotch Magic Tape Variety Pack. This set is discounted by $3 down to $10.50 for 6 to 8 rolls with dispensers included. It works out to just over $1.30 per roll with a dispenser included. The matte finish makes it virtually invisible on paper once applied, and you can write directly on it with a pen or pencil without smudging. The included dispensers in the set are also worth mentioning because the cutting blade is sharp and the hand grip is solid, not the cheap plastic type that slips out of your hand when pulled. 14. Command Hanging Hook Bundle. This command set is discounted by $5 down to $10 and includes pretty much everything you actually need when setting up a study space or dorm room. Inside the box are medium hanging hooks, cord clips to prevent tangles, decorating clips, and poster strips that won't damage wall paint. The adhesive holds strong during use, but comes off cleanly when removed, leaving no residue or peeling paint behind. If you were to buy each small pack individually at a home improvement store, you'd spend at least 40% more for the same amount of product. At $10 for the entire bundle, it really doesn't take much second guessing. 15. OIA Wood Desktop Organizer. This OIA desktop organizer is a new addition to the shelves for this year's back-to-school season, and it sets itself apart from standard plastic trays right at first glance. Made of high-grade engineered wood with a scratch-resistant finish, it brings a warm, polished feel to your workspace instead of the temporary look of ordinary plastic office supplies. The organizer is split into multiple tiers with small vertical compartments for notebooks and documents, along with a mini drawer underneath to store miscellaneous items like staples, tape, or memory cards. The design feature I find most practical is its ability to expand or contract horizontally depending on your desk space. $19.99 for a versatile wooden organizer like this is a very competitive price point compared to what you'd find at office furniture stores. There are quite a few items remaining on today's list where Costco's price is so much lower than Amazon's that a direct comparison almost looks like a system error, but it's not. 16. Origami 3-tier Folding Cart. If your workspace lacks room for a fixed filing cabinet, this origami 3-tier rolling cart is a far more practical solution than many people think. Unlike other utility carts that require time-consuming assembly, the best feature of the origami is its ability to fold down to just about 2 inches thick when not in use. The powder-coated steel frame feels sturdy in hand, and the deep mesh baskets can hold heavy binder stacks, a compact printer, or countless office supply boxes without sagging. Costco is selling this for $29.99, which is about $15 lower than the market price for the same product line elsewhere. Spending under $30 for a durable, collapsible cart that will last for a decade is a very smart purchase. 17. 10-piece small plastic organizer bins. Under $10 for a 10-piece set of clear plastic bins in various sizes that stack or fit together seamlessly inside desk drawers. The plastic is durable, flexible, and completely odor-free. The $9.50 price tag for the entire set is something you won't find at standard office supply stores for the same quantity and quality. 18. Latching Storage Tote. This tote is currently priced at $10, and where it really delivers value is its thick polypropylene construction and sturdy latching handles that create an airtight seal to effectively block out dust and moisture. The bin offers just enough transparency to identify contents at a glance without having to pop open the lid. It's ideal for storing tax documents, old books and magazines, or seasonal decorations without worrying about humidity or dust buildup over time. 19. 2-piece mesh baskets with wooden handles. This 2-pack of mesh baskets comes out to $19 for the set, or about $9.50 each. The powder-coated metal frame paired with natural wood handles creates an effortlessly elegant look. The breathable mesh design makes them versatile for various uses, from storing rolled towels in the bathroom or organizing toys for the grandkids to arranging bottles in the pantry. At $9.50 for a basket with such a clean, sturdy build, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better price elsewhere for equivalent quality. 20. Rolling Mesh Utility Cart. Featuring deep mesh basket tiers, a heavy-duty steel frame, and 360-degree swivel casters with locking brakes. This is a utility cart genuinely built for any space. It glides smoothly from room to room and locks securely in place whenever needed. It works equally well as an arts and crafts cart, an office supply organizer, or a kitchen spice rack. Coming up next is a product category where I think many of us are unknowingly overpaying elsewhere. Once you see it, you'll know what I mean. 21. Trudeau Glass Food Storage Container Set. Trudeau is by no means a cheap brand in the food storage industry, and this set proves why. The premium heat-resistant glass won't absorb odors or stain when holding colorful foods like curry or tomato sauce, while the glass lids feature tight silicone seals for a 100% leak-proof fit. You can take them straight from the freezer to the microwave or oven without worrying about harmful chemicals. At $33 for the entire Trudeau set, it's a price point you'll rarely find elsewhere for this level of quality. 22. Bidco Bento Lunchbox Set with Gel Ice Pack. The best feature of the Bidco set sits right at the bottom. Tucked under the food tray is a removable gel ice pack that comes included in the set, so there's no need to buy one separately. Just pop the gel pack into the freezer the night before, snap it into place the next morning, and your salads, fruits, or meals will stay fresh and cool for hours without needing a fridge at work or school. 23. 8-piece Peanuts Hello Kitty. Ceramic bowl set with plastic lids. These look much better in person than what you'd typically expect at this price point. The ceramic is thick with a beautiful glossy glaze, and the character artwork is subtly printed rather than looking cheap. The flexible plastic lids seal tightly and feature a convenient steam vent for microwaving. At $24 for 8 ceramic bowls with matching lids, working out to just $3 a bowl, it's a deal that's hard to argue with. 20. Kohler 8L Trash Can. This 8-liter trash can brings Kohler's renowned quality to an everyday household item. It features a fingerprint-resistant stainless steel shell, a heavy-duty foot pedal, and a soft close lid that operates silently. The 8-liter, 2.1-gallon, capacity fits neatly under a desk or in the bathroom without taking up too much floor space. At $25, you're paying for the multi-year durability of its pedal mechanism rather than just buying a basic trash can. 25. Fabric Frame Laundry Hamper. Compared to standard plastic laundry baskets, this model brings a much cleaner, more refined look to your home's laundry area. The frame structure is rock solid, resisting sagging or leaning, even when filled with heavy clothes. The inner fabric liner detaches easily so you can toss it in the wash for regular cleaning. The current price is $16,999. 26. 2-pack air purifiers. Costco packages 2 air purifiers together in a set for $100, which breaks down to just $50 per unit. Each unit is sized perfectly to fit in the corner of a bedroom, home office, or dorm room, featuring a filtration system that traps dust and pet dander while reducing musty odors. With a 2-pack set, you can equip 2 rooms in your home simultaneously without the hassle of dragging a single machine back and forth every day. At $50 per unit, it is a price point that is rarely matched for equivalent quality when bought individually elsewhere. 27. Wuzu Globe Air Circulator Fan. Despite its compact, rounded footprint, this fan features flexible multi-directional oscillation, both vertically and horizontally, that circulates air throughout the entire room, rather than blowing air at a single spot. It comes with a small, handy remote control and operates extremely quietly, ideal for placing on a desk or vanity. At $37 for a durable fan that maintains its airflow performance over years of use, it is money well spent. 28. 400-count alcohol prep pads. This is an item tucked away in Costco's pharmacy section that few people think about during back-to-school shopping, but it is actually a very practical money-saving hack. It is $4.50 for 4 boxes of 100 individually wrapped isopropyl alcohol wipes, used for daily cleaning of phone screens, computer keyboards, earbuds, or desk surfaces. The alcohol evaporates quickly, cutting through grease and oils effectively without leaving streak marks. Compared to buying specialized electronics cleaning wipes or dedicated sprays, $4.50 for 400 wipes is a deal you won't find anywhere cheaper for the same exact utility. 29. La-Z-Boy Office Chair. If you've ever had the chance to try out this chair right in the Costco warehouse aisle, you'll understand why so many people rate it so highly. The multi-layer memory foam cushioning provides an exceptionally plush feel, relieving maximum pressure on your hips and thighs. It features a heavy-duty frame with soft, luxurious upholstery. Compared to the $250 to $300 price tags at traditional furniture stores, the $150 figure at Costco is an incredible bargain for the spinal health of anyone working from home. 30. DPS Gaming Chair. Priced at the same $150 mark as the La-Z-Boy, the DPS Gaming Chair serves a different set of needs. It features a thick seat cushion, a contoured backrest, and an integrated headrest pillow designed to gaming chair standards, wrapped in high-grade faux leather that wipes clean easily if you accidentally spill a drink or snacks. Even with the gaming label, its silhouette is polished enough to fit into a home office without looking out of place. If you need good cushion resilience and full spinal support from your lower back to your neck for long hours of sitting, this $150 delivers full value for what you pay. 31. Bose Portable Speaker. Even without a price drop, its sleek unibody metal construction and compact, palm-sized footprint are major pluses. If you're thinking about upgrading your home workspace or want a truly high-quality portable speaker, this is an option where Costco's regular price remains more competitive than buying elsewhere. 32. Magnum Electric Bike. Sitting at the top tier of personal transportation options at Costco, the Magnum e-bike features a comfortable leather saddle, a heavy-duty frame, and a powerful pedal assist motor. The ride feels exceptionally smooth and stable, backed by a large capacity battery that easily handles neighborhood commutes, errands, or daily light exercise. At $1,500, this is a quality-of-life upgrade worth serious consideration for anyone looking to cut down on gas-powered car trips over short distances. 33. Seated Electric Scooter. $350 for a complete electric vehicle is a price point that few places can compete with. The design blends a scooter with a compact e-bike, featuring a top speed of around 15 mph, a safe level for seniors or younger riders getting around the neighborhood. The front storage basket is handy for holding grocery bags or various odds and ends, while the operation is simple and the styling is cute. 34. Kids Electric Scooter. The motor's speed is tuned to a moderate level, featuring a sturdy handlebar and a non-slip foot deck for safety, making it suitable for kids ages 6 and up. $150 is a reasonable price for an electric scooter with real durability, not a cheap toy that breaks after a few months of outdoor use. It makes a perfect gift to encourage kids to get active outdoors on the weekends instead of sitting in front of a screen. 35. Helmet. Buying an electric vehicle without getting a helmet to go with it is a major oversight, and this helmet at $60 fully meets strict safety standards. It features ventilation holes to prevent your head from overheating and an adjustable dial at the back for a snug fit, accommodating various head sizes. Regardless of which electric ride you choose from the ones just mentioned, this helmet is something you should add to your cart immediately without second-guessing. Back-to-school deals at Costco tend to change from week to week, and items with an asterisk on the price tag wait for no one. If you've eyed anything in this video, deciding early is much better than waiting. Leave a comment below with the item you're keeping an eye on. I'll keep you posted if there are any price changes in the coming week. Did you know that Costco employees themselves are using these hidden perks to save their families money every single week? Things they know, but no one ever asks, and Costco has no reason to voluntarily disclose. 10 insider secrets revealed for 2026 that aren't listed in any membership guide, and some of them will leave you wondering why you didn't know about them sooner. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. The CMPP Pharmacy Network. Most Costco members think that to buy prescription medication at Costco prices, they have to drive to the warehouse, wait in line at the pharmacy counter, and wait like usual. That's how most people do it, and it's also the way Costco has no reason to actively inform you otherwise. The truth is that the Costco Member Prescription Program, CMPP for short, is valid at thousands of out-of-network retail pharmacies nationwide, including Walgreens, Safeway, Kroger, and Albertsons. That means you can get your prescriptions filled at Costco prices right at your local pharmacy without ever setting foot inside a warehouse. For people who live far from a Costco, seniors who can no longer drive long distances, or simply anyone who doesn't want to waste an entire morning just picking up meds, this benefit completely changes the way you handle your monthly healthcare costs. A Costco pharmacy employee once shared that many longtime members only find out about this program at the warehouse counter itself. It's not that Costco hides the information. They simply have no incentive to promote a perk that keeps you from coming into the store to shop. This program also applies to pet medications, something even seasoned employees often forget to mention. You might be wondering if your neighborhood pharmacy accepts it. The answer is yes, as long as they are a part of the partner network. Here's how you can activate this benefit the next time you pick up a prescription. Show your Costco membership card along with two specific codes, BIN 0018422 and PCN Venteg, to the pharmacist. These two codes signal the system to recognize you as a Costco member and apply the corresponding discounted rate instantly, with no extra paperwork needed. If you have recurring monthly prescriptions, comparing your current pharmacy prices against the CMPP rate today could reveal savings you've been unknowingly missing out on all along. 2. The Zero Risk Guarantee Cashback Policy. Costco membership comes in two tiers: the Gold Star card at $65 a year and the Executive card at $130 a year, an exact difference of $65. The Executive card gives you 2% cash back on all your Costco purchases each year. And the question most members ask themselves is whether they shop enough for that cash back to offset the $65 upgrade cost. That's a fair question, but few people realize the answer doesn't actually matter because Costco built a mechanism to protect you in every scenario. If your 2% cashback total at the end of the year doesn't reach the $65 difference, Costco will refund you the balance in cash at customer service. Not a voucher, not store credit, real cash. Internally, this policy is called the Zero Risk Guarantee, and it completely eliminates the financial risk of upgrading your card. In other words, you literally cannot lose money by choosing the Executive membership. At worst, you break even, and at best, you earn back far more than the extra $65 you spent. Here's what to do when you receive your 2% reward check at the end of the year and see it's under $65. Take the check to the membership counter and ask the representative to process the difference. The exact phrasing you should use is, "I'd like to downgrade and get a refund for the reward difference." The representative will process it on the spot without requiring a lengthy explanation, as this is standard protocol within their system. It's just a protocol that very few members know to ask for. The Executive membership also comes with secondary benefits, such as insurance discounts, financial services, and special pricing with select partner vendors. These perks are often overlooked because they aren't prominently displayed, but for seniors with recurring medical and insurance expenses, these are real savings that are well worth reviewing. Up next is a secret at the bakery counter that Costco employees won't actively tell you. But if you ask the right question, the price of baked goods drops by up to 60%. 3. Bakery by the case, right at the bakery counter. The Costco bakery is one of the busiest areas in the entire warehouse, and most people only know one way to shop it: grab a pre-baked box off the shelf and head to checkout. That's how Costco designed it for you to buy, but it isn't the only way you can buy. Bakery employees can sell members bulk boxes of unbaked frozen items at wholesale prices, which run 40% to 60% cheaper than the pre-baked versions. We're talking a case of 204 croissant dough pieces, 120 cookie dough pucks, or a full box of frozen mini brioche rolls. This is the exact inventory the bakery uses to bake fresh every day, and members have the right to purchase it directly if they know how to ask. To me, the real-world value here goes far beyond just the dollar savings. For anyone who can't finish a huge box of fresh-baked goods before they go stale, keeping raw frozen dough in your freezer lets you air fry 1 or 2 pieces a day. Your pastries are always hot, fresh, and never wasted. It's a far smarter way to buy bakery items, both financially and health-wise, compared to rushing to finish a giant tub before it spoils. Putting this into practice is simple. Walk up to the bakery counter early in the morning before employees are in the thick of the daily rush and ask directly, "Can I buy a wholesale box of frozen unbaked croissants?" Not every location handles this request the exact same way, but it is an allowable procedure in their system, and staff are authorized to fulfill it when asked correctly. 4. The Meat Department's secret: free custom cutting service. Costco is a wholesale warehouse chain, so they will never split pre-packaged trays into smaller portions. Everyone knows that. But there's another line that fewer people notice. Meat department staff are permitted to perform custom butchery cuts on the original whole tray you purchase, and it's completely free of charge. Specifically, you can request to have all the ribeye steaks in a tray cut in half horizontally to create thinner portions that fit family meals better. Or ask to have an entire tray of pork loin thinly sliced for quick pan searing or grilling. You can even ask them to cube a whole flank steak for stews. All of these custom cuts can be handled on the spot with zero added fee, as long as you buy the full original package. This is a benefit with clear practical value for seniors who need thinner, easier-to-chew cuts of meat that require less prep work at home, without having to pay premium prices at an outside butcher shop. Costco meat is already priced better than traditional supermarkets. Paired with free custom cutting, that value gap widens even more. However, there is one crucial detail that very few shoppers know. If you buy a whole top sirloin subprimal roast with the intention of carving out your own picanha cut at home, be aware that Costco's meat processing department strips off the cap fat completely before placing those subprimals out for sale. You won't find a picanha cap on a Costco sirloin roast, and will need to look through specialty wholesale food distributors instead. Knowing this ahead of time saves you from buying the wrong cut and facing disappointment back home. Costco just added a new option to their most famous combo without making a broad announcement. Coming up next, you'll learn how to activate it on your very next warehouse trip. 5. The 150 combo just got a new option for 2026. When was the last time you actually looked closely at the food court kiosk screen at Costco? Not just a quick glance to tap through out of habit, but really looked at it. If your answer is a while ago, then you've missed a change that Costco added in 2026 without making a broad announcement. Costco's 1-all-50 hot dog and soda combo is one of the rare things that hasn't changed in nearly 40 years. That price tag has remained frozen since 1985 while everything around it has skyrocketed, and that permanence itself has become a core part of Costco's identity. However, entering 2026, Costco added a new option without changing that $1.50 price by even a single penny. Costco now allows you to swap out the 20 Oz fountain soda for a 16 Oz bottle of Kirkland's signature purified water, still at the exact same $1.50 price point. This option isn't prominently advertised at the counter, and employees won't actively bring it up, but it is available right on the self-service kiosk screen if you know where to look. The value of this change is significant. For anyone who needs to manage their daily sugar intake due to diabetes or high blood pressure, this is the difference between an enjoyable meal and one that requires calculated compromises. Furthermore, in states and cities that enforce a sugar-sweetened beverage excise tax, such as California, Philadelphia, or Seattle, choosing bottled water keeps your total at exactly $1.50 without triggering added beverage taxes. The next time you visit Costco, when you stand in front of the food court kiosk screen, pause instead of rushing through out of habit, and look for the bottled water swap option. It's right there. It just isn't designed to jump out at you on your first try. 6. Shopping at Costco without a membership card. Costco is famous for being a members-only retail chain, a rule reinforced everywhere from the signage at the entrance to the employees checking cards at the door. But there is a legitimate way to shop at Costco without a membership card, and it isn't a loophole or rule-bending trick. It is an official mechanism built directly into Costco's own operational system. The Costco Shop Card, Costco's official gift card, acts as a key that allows non-members to enter the store and make purchases as normal. Costco's standard operating policy permits anyone holding a shop card to shop, even if they aren't a member. The only caveat is that only active members have the authority to purchase or reload these cards, so you'll need a family member or friend with a membership to buy a shop card for you beforehand. You might be wondering if this is actually convenient if you still have to rely on someone else. The answer depends entirely on how often you shop at Costco. For anyone who only visits Costco a few times a year to grab specific bulk items, paying a $65 or $130 annual membership fee isn't cost-effective. Instead, Asking a relative to buy a shop card with just enough funds for your trip is a much smarter approach. Shop cards never expire and can be used for warehouse purchases, Costco gas stations, and even online orders at Costco.com, so any remaining balance is never wasted. This is also the ideal way to test drive Costco before committing to an official membership. Rather than shelling out $65 for a card, only to figure out later whether you shop enough to justify the fee, you can take a few trial runs with a shop card, compare prices against your regular grocery store, and draw your own conclusions based on your own real-world experience. If you just received a vehicle maintenance estimate from your dealership, the next section will make you want to call them back today. 7. 15% off vehicle maintenance, the perk most members forget. Most Costco members know about the Costco Auto program through its new car purchasing policy, where they can access discounted dealer pricing through a partner network. But there is another part of this program that almost no one talks about and almost no one uses, even though its practical value can be significantly larger than buying a new car, which only happens once every few years. The Costco Auto program maintains a policy offering a 15% discount on vehicle maintenance and repair costs at participating authorized dealer service centers. This discount applies to parts, labor, and accessories, with a maximum savings cap of up to $500 per visit. If you regularly have your vehicle serviced at a dealership, that $500 cap represents a major savings, especially for costly maintenance items like brake replacements, $60,000 or 90,000-mile major service intervals, or suspension work. The reason this perk is so widely forgotten isn't complicated. Costco doesn't prominently promote it because it's the least profitable segment of their entire auto program. The information is on their website, but it's placed where the average user is unlikely to stumble across it without actively looking. You might be wondering if the dealership you currently use is on the partner list. The quickest way to check is to go to CostcoAuto.com, enter your vehicle details and location, and the system will display a list of the nearest authorized dealerships alongside instructions on how to generate an authorization code to claim your discount. The entire sign-up process takes less than 5 minutes, and the authorization code is issued instantly. There is a return privilege at Costco that most members don't even realize they have. And it works even if you don't hold on to a single receipt. 8. The paperless return policy. Everyone knows Costco has a generous return policy, but knowing it through word of mouth versus truly understanding how the system works are two different things, and that difference directly impacts whether you actually feel confident using this perk. Your entire purchase history is automatically stored in the system and linked directly to your membership card from your very first transaction. When you walk up to the customer service counter to make a return, all the associate needs to do is scan your membership card and your complete purchase history pops right up on their screen, including the purchase date, amount, and item code. No paper receipt required, no screenshots needed, and no need to remember the exact date of purchase. The system has already remembered all of it for you. What does this actually mean in practice? You can return an item bought months ago without searching for any paperwork. Produce that didn't meet your expectations, an appliance that didn't work as described, or simply a product that turned out not to fit your needs after trying it out. All of these can be returned through a process that takes just a few minutes at the counter. This policy applies to most merchandise with no time limit, with the exception of major electronics like TVs and laptops, which have a 90-day window. One small but important detail. If you paid with a credit card, the refund goes right back onto that exact card, without requiring you to present the physical card during the return. The system automatically identifies the original payment method and processes the refund accordingly. For people who frequently shop in bulk or love trying new products, understanding this mechanism turns the return policy from a nice concept into a powerful, valuable shopping tool in your hands. 9. Reynolds, Edo N, and Cooper Vision. They're making products for Kirkland. Kirkland Signature is a retail brand generating over $60 billion in revenue each year, making it larger than many Fortune 500 companies. But if you ask Costco who actually manufactures Kirkland products, the official response is always silence, as manufacturers sign non-disclosure agreements with strict confidentiality clauses. Over time, however, key details have leaked out through industry investigations and inside sources themselves. Kirkland aluminum foil is manufactured by Reynolds Wrap, The #1 aluminum foil brand in the US, Kirkland Green Tea, comes from Ito-En, Japan's premier tea company. Kirkland contact lenses are produced by Cooper Vision, one of the world's largest eyewear and contact lens corporations. Kirkland Wild Alaskan Fish Oil is made by Trident Seafoods, and Kirkland Scotch Whiskey has been sourced from the Alexander Murray and Kerber Distillery since 2007. The exact same factory, the exact same production line. The only differences are the outer label and a price tag that is 20% to 30% lower. Costco achieves this by placing massive volume orders, skipping marketing payments to manufacturers, spending $0 on advertising for the Kirkland brand, and passing every bit of those savings directly onto the price tag. The manufacturer benefits from giant, steady purchase orders. Costco benefits from controlled, high-end quality. And shoppers benefit from prices that cannot be found anywhere else for that level of quality. You might be wondering if every single Kirkland product shares the exact same quality as its brand name counterpart. Not every single one, but for products with verified manufacturers like the list above, the answer is yes. The final section will expose a psychological trap that Costco intentionally designed into every corner of their warehouse. And once you realize it exists, you will never shop the same way again. 10. Exposing the psychology behind warehouse layout design. Have you ever wondered why Costco doesn't have aisle signs hanging overhead? It's not because they forgot to install them. This is an intentional design choice, and it's part of a calculated psychological framework that Costco constructed to influence your shopping behavior from the moment you walk in to the moment you leave. Costco designs its store layout based on a retail strategy known as the treasure hunt. Daily essential items that you absolutely came to buy, such as milk, eggs, and toilet paper, are placed at the deepest, farthest corners of the warehouse, forcing you to walk past rows of high-ticket display items before reaching your destination. There are no directional signs because if there were, you would walk straight to what you need, grab it, and leave. Costco doesn't want that. They want you to wander, explore, and discover items you had zero intention of buying when you walked through the door. Products stacked directly inside cut-open cardboard boxes rather than neatly arranged on standard shelves aren't done to save labor. Messy, pallet-style displays create the perception that items are selling fast, building a sense of psychological urgency that makes you want to grab them before they run out. Those oversized shopping carts aren't an accident either. They are designed so that 50 items still look sparse inside the basket, encouraging you to keep adding more without feeling like you're overbuying. Knowing this doesn't mean you should stop shopping at Costco. It simply means you shop on your own terms rather than the way Costco wants you to. Stick to a fixed list before stepping inside and head directly to the sections you need. The ideal shopping window is 30 to 45 minutes after opening on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. When foot traffic is at its lowest, aisles are clear, and you won't get swept up in the frantic energy of the crowd. Costco remains a fantastic place to shop, but it's infinitely better when you're the one in control of your trip, rather than letting the warehouse design control you. Costco has built a truly exceptional system of member perks. The thing is, they have zero obligation to remind you to use them. That part is up to you, and after watching this video, you have no reason to ever miss out again. I just spent the whole morning looking through 30 of the newest items at Costco. To be honest, there were items that made me throw them straight into my cart because they were such an incredible deal. But there were also plenty of names that made longtime shoppers shake their heads and walk on by. Shelves are emptying out super fast this time around. So check this out before you hit the road. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Full-size designer perfumes. This shipment marks the return of the high-end fragrance display at Costco, a rare instance where they offer a lineup of truly impressive full-size bottles. Gucci, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Estée Lauder, all are large bottles starting at 3.4 Oz or bigger, fully sealed, and 100% authentic. $60 for a full-size bottle of perfume from these brands is a price tag you'll never see at department stores or Sephora. If you're looking for a luxurious gift for a loved one or simply want to treat yourself, now is the time to act rather than wait. 2. 15-inch cast iron skillet. A 15-inch diameter cast iron skillet is a rare find on standard supermarket shelves, and $20 for one like this at Costco is a figure that makes any experienced home cook stop and take a second look. To put it in clear comparison, a same-size large skillet on the market usually goes for no less than $40 to $50. The skillet comes pre-seasoned from the factory, so there's no need for a complicated initial seasoning process. Just a light rinse with warm water, and it's ready to go. The large size allows you to fit 2 to 3 large steaks perfectly or roast a whole chicken at once without crowding. 3. Pretty Litter Cat Litter. If you have cats at home and see a price tag ending in 97 on this product, you should grab it immediately. $29.97 is the clearance signal at Costco, meaning it's the lowest price they will sell it for and won't go down any further, whereas the regular price for Pretty Litter here is always over $40. The biggest difference with this silica crystal litter is its ability to change color upon contact with cat urine, helping pet owners catch early signs of urinary tract or kidney health issues that are usually very hard to detect. It controls odors well, is dust-free, and is much more economical than traditional litter because it lasts longer. A price difference of over $10 off the original price makes it a savings truly worth not passing up. 4. Tempur-Pedic Memory Foam Pillow. Tempur-Pedic is a brand almost everyone knows but few expect to find at Costco for $30. This new Serenity version features frost-cooling fabric technology, giving you a cool-to-the-touch feel the second you lay your head down, with a medium support level that isn't too firm or too soft. Suitable for almost any sleeping position. Bought directly at specialty bedding stores, a comparable Tempur-Pedic pillow is usually no less than $70 to $100. This is the kind of product where the price gap is big enough that you don't even need to second-guess it. Costco currently has a food item that Costco shoppers are taking photos of and sharing all over community groups. And after hearing the price, I understand why. 5. French-style fresh cheese. If you're used to traditional Philadelphia cream cheese, which is quite dense and firm, this French-style cream cheese will surprise you on the first try. The texture is smooth, light, and airy, and so easy to spread that scooping a spoonful onto a hot slice of bread feels almost like spreading soft butter. It contains absolutely no preservatives or synthetic additives, and a 3-pack is only $9, making it $3 a tub for high-quality imported cheese. Similar items at Whole Foods usually range from $4.50 to $6 for a single tub. Experience shows that smooth, velvety cheeses like this at Costco sell out way faster than people think, especially at this price point. 6. Guinness Beer Battered Fish. At $12.69, you get all the main ingredients for a classic British-style fish and chips meal for a family of 3 to 4, whereas ordering a single plate of fried fish at a restaurant usually runs $18 to $22 for a single portion. The breaded batter turns out super crispy, while the fish inside stays naturally juicy and sweet. One crucial tip: absolutely do not use a microwave to reheat this, or the crust will turn soggy immediately. Pop it in the air fryer at 390 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes, and you'll notice a world of difference compared to standard reheating methods. 7. Kevin's Korean BBQ Chicken Rice. For busy days when you still want a nutritious meal, a box of Kevin's with 4 single-serving portions for $15.50 is definitely worth keeping stocked in your fridge. Each serving includes tender chicken breast, rice, broccoli, and carrots, delivering 21 g of protein while keeping the carbs in check. The Korean BBQ sauce has a rich, mildly sweet flavor profile and isn't spicy at all, despite what many might fear. To be completely honest, the only downside is that the rice portion is a bit light for big eaters, but adding half a cup of home-cooked rice or steaming some extra fresh veggies solves the problem right away. 8. 3-flavor Greek olive tray. 3 varieties of Greek olives, cured with 3 distinct recipes, ranging from rich and savory to light and subtle herbs, all presented in a pre-divided plastic tray. The most thoughtful feature isn't just the flavor, but the packaging design. You just peel off the plastic film and set it straight out on the table for guests. No need to transfer it to a plate, and no extra cleanup afterward. For households that frequently host weekend guests or enjoy Mediterranean cuisine, $10 for a tray like this is money well spent. 9. Tzatziki-flavored chickpea chips. If you're looking for a gluten-free snack that still delivers a satisfying crunch, this 16-oz bag for $9 is far more worth trying than other options in the same category. Made from whole chickpeas baked with light olive oil, the tangy, fresh flavor of cucumber and signature Mediterranean tzatziki herbs coats every single chip without feeling greasy. I really appreciate the Ziploc closure on the bag, which helps the chips stay crispy after every opening. 10. Organic avocado oil roasted seaweed. A box of 25 packs for $9.89 works out to about 40 cents a pack. And what sets it apart from standard roasted seaweed is the organic avocado oil coating. Avocado oil is not only rich in heart-healthy fats, but it also has a high smoke point, allowing the seaweed sheets to retain their natural crispiness without leaving behind an oily aftertaste. I usually buy this instead of the regular seed oil roasted seaweed because the difference in aftertaste is quite noticeable. A single pack usually costs nearly $5 at standard supermarkets, so picking up a full 25-pack box at Costco saves you a significant amount of money. 11. Sahale Honey Cinnamon Cashews. Sahale is a premium snack brand that I often see at specialty food stores for a pretty steep price, so seeing them show up at Costco in pre-portioned individual bags makes it worth pausing for. The rich, buttery cashews are coated in a fragrant honey cinnamon glaze, dotted with chewy dried apple pieces that create a light, sweet combination that never feels overly heavy. $12 for this line at Costco is a price point that anyone who regularly buys Sahale elsewhere will immediately recognize as a great value. 12. Sahale Pomegranate Vanilla Cashews. Coming in the same convenient single-serve format, this pomegranate vanilla version offers a completely different flavor profile, more complex and more interesting than the honey-cinnamon blend. Cashews and walnuts are tossed together in a sweet pomegranate vanilla glaze, mixed with crunchy almonds and chewy dried fruit pieces. I find this to be a better option for those looking for a midday snack that won't cause a sudden spike in blood sugar, and it's $18 for the entire box. 13. Godiva Chocolates. Godiva is a premium Belgian chocolate brand that almost everyone knows by name, but not everyone is always ready to pay boutique prices for. This $15 bag at Costco contains individually wrapped pieces with smooth, silky cream fillings that blend a soft bitterness with rich sweetness, and having them individually portioned makes portion control much easier than with a full bar. If you buy these on your next visit, hit the chocolate aisle last before heading to checkout and make sure you have an insulated cooler bag ready in your trunk, because these chocolates will not survive the heat in a summer car. The next item is only $10, but calculation-wise, its daily value is far greater than many pricier things I've tried. 14. Lavender Lemonade. The moment you pop the cap off the bottle, you immediately get that characteristic subtle herbal aroma of lavender right before the sharp tartness of fresh lemon hits your tongue. A 6-pack goes for $17, around $2.80 a bottle, which is slightly higher than standard bottled drinks. The overall sugar content is still relatively high, so my preferred way to drink it is by mixing in a splash of sparkling water. It cuts down the sweetness while bringing out the lavender flavor much more clearly. Drinking it that way is how you truly appreciate how different this bottle is compared to regular lemonade. 15. Suja Fermented Pineapple Ginger Shots. Instead of going through the hassle of juicing fresh ginger and pineapple every morning, this 10-pack of organic shots from Suja for $12.70 is a far more convenient gut health solution. Each 2 Oz concentrated shot contains pure fresh ginger extract, pineapple juice, probiotics, and vitamin C, with absolutely no added artificial sugars. It's particularly great for anyone who often gets bloated or suffers from indigestion after a greasy meal. Make sure to give the bottle a really good shake before opening it, so the nutrients and settled ginger blend completely. If you skip this step, the ginger flavor won't be even, and it'll taste noticeably less enjoyable. 16. Activia Probiotic Drink. A 24-pack of mini bottles is priced at $10.89, which works out to about 45 cents a bottle for an Activia probiotic drink line that many gastroenterologists frequently recommend. The 2 strawberry and blueberry flavors are easy to drink, and the small shot format is far more convenient when you're busy than traditional yogurt that requires a spoon. Every small bottle delivers billions of probiotics to help keep your digestive system running smoothly and reduce that heavy, sluggish feeling after protein-rich meals. For households with seniors who need regular probiotic supplements, this 24-pack is an economical choice. 17. BuzzBallz Fruit Cocktail. BuzzBallz is famous for its bold, ready-to-drink cocktail balls, and this oversized 1.75L bottle in the Tropic Tang flavor is an explosion of refreshing tropical fruits with a moderate alcohol content, perfect for backyard BBQ parties or family weekend get-togethers. $16 for a 1.75L bottle is a price tag you'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere else for that volume. One crucial thing to know is that Costco frequently rotates BuzzBallz flavors by season, and they only stick around for a short time, so if this Tropic Tang flavor hits the spot for you, don't wait around. 18. KitchenAid Stainless Steel Dish Drying Rack. KitchenAid isn't a brand you often see at Costco at this price point, and this $40 stainless steel dish rack currently on shelves is worth a closer look than usual. It features a heavy-duty stainless steel frame and a spacious layout with thoughtfully arranged compartments for plates, utensils, and glassware. The rack includes a bottom drip tray with a spout that drains directly into the sink, keeping your kitchen countertop completely dry. One thing to keep in mind before laying down your money is to carefully measure the space next to your sink. The rack is relatively large, and if it doesn't fit properly, it will get in the way of your cooking workflow. 19. Libby 16-piece glassware set. When it comes to a drinkware set for the whole family that is both durable and stylish enough for hosting guests, Libby is a brand you can trust. The design features subtle textured ridges along the body that add an elegant touch while improving your grip when the glass gets condensation from cold drinks. The set is split evenly into 8 large 17.5 Oz glasses and 8 small 11 Oz glasses, making them suitable for everything from water to morning coffee. It works out to under $1.20 per sturdy Libby glass, and $19 for the entire 16-piece set is a price point where I see no reason to pass up. 20. Canopy Camping Chair. On camping trips or outdoor sporting events, having a comfortable chair to sit in is a given, but the built-in overhead canopy is what truly sets this apart. There's no need to haul around a bulky umbrella or ask someone to hold it for you. Just unfold the shade and you're fully protected from the harsh sun. The chair is also equipped with backpack-style straps on the back, freeing up your hands as you walk from the parking lot to the stadium or campsite. However, one point I feel I should speak directly about is that the shoulder straps lack thick padding, so if you have to walk long distances, you'll feel them digging into your shoulders a bit. $70 for an all-in-one design like this is still a reasonable price. Up next is a skincare ingredient that beauty experts have been talking about a lot. And Costco just put it on shelves at a price I never expected to see here. 21. PDRN and Vitamin C Serum. PDRN, salmon DNA extract, is currently a trendy ingredient heavily promoted by spas and high-end cosmetics brands for its ability to regenerate cells and repair damaged skin. Costco bringing a serum line that combines PDRN with pure vitamin C to its shelves shows they are quick to jump on beauty trends. PDRN serums elsewhere typically range from $40 to $60 for a single bottle, whereas this 2-pack here is just $34. If you're curious about this ingredient but don't want to invest too much to try it, this is a very reasonable opportunity. Yumiki Olai Daily Radiance Cream. This moisturizing duo containing vitamin C and niacinamide helps improve skin elasticity and even out skin tone, and $40 for a 2-pack is the standard warehouse list price. However, if you are a long-time Costco shopper, you know that Olay skincare lines very frequently appear in the monthly coupon savings, usually with $8 to $10 off per promotion. So be patient and hold off for another week or two. 23. Tide Pods Laundry Detergent. This line of detergent pods integrated with Unstoppables scent boosters smells noticeably longer lasting than regular Tide Pods, and 80 pods in a single purchase is enough to last a household quite a while. However, at the current price of $20, I still advise you to wait a bit longer. Tide Pods are one of those items Costco frequently includes it in their monthly instant savings, and when the discount hits, the price difference is significant enough to make waiting worthwhile. 24. Esprit Retro Sweatshirt. This is an item currently going viral across social media platforms, and as soon as it hit the shelves, the cream-colored version immediately sold out on the Costco website. For $17, you get a sweatshirt with the Esprit brand name, clean stitching, and a fleece fabric that holds its shape well after multiple washes. The retro style is making a strong comeback, and Esprit is a name closely tied to that generation, making this sweatshirt not just a piece of clothing, but something many people want to own for its nostalgic value. Costco just brought in a pet product where the price difference compared to Petco was big enough that I had to double-check the price tag twice just to be sure. 25. Halloween Pajama Set. Starting at the end of July, Costco began putting Halloween items on the shelves, and this themed loungewear set is one of the most notable things this time around. $17 for a three-piece set that includes a short-sleeve shirt, long pants, and stretch shorts works out to under $6 per piece, featuring cute ghost and pumpkin prints that aren't overly tacky. The fit is comfortably relaxed without feeling stuffy while sleeping, and the material is soft enough to wear all day around the house, not just for bed. 26. Kirkland Pet Bed. Kirkland's signature has long been famous for pet products with quality that far exceeds their price tag. And this large 31 to 40-inch bed is a prime example. The thick polyfill padding has high resilience and won't go flat after long-term use. Finding a medium to large dog bed of equivalent quality at Petco or PetSmart usually runs you anywhere from $80 to $120, whereas $45 at Costco for that exact quality is an investment I don't think any dog owner would regret. 27. Simple Human Laundry Hamper. Simple Human always knows how to turn the most everyday household items into something truly convenient. And this X-frame stainless steel hamper selling online for $140 is the clearest proof. The frame is rock solid and won't wobble or tip over even when filled with heavy clothes, featuring 2 separate fabric bags to sort light and dark laundry right from the start. The smartest design feature is that the inner fabric bags have sturdy handles and detach in a flash. When it's time to do laundry, you just lift the entire bag out and carry it to the washing machine without dragging the whole bulky frame along. 28. Igloo Retro Cooler. Igloo is a heritage cooler brand, and this 20-quart retro version selling online for $100 packs a heavy vintage style with a shiny stainless steel body and a built-in bottle opener right on the side. The 20-quart capacity is just right for a family day trip without being overly bulky when on the move. At $100 with shipping included for a durable metal-clad cooler from a renowned brand like Igloo, this is a price point worth serious consideration. 29. Light Up Halloween Plush. This 2-foot-tall plush bear wearing a Halloween costume is selling online for $83. And what makes it feel worth the money beyond its looks is the warm yellow glow integrated inside. You don't have to use it just for October. Simply swapping out a few surrounding accessories allows this bear to blend seamlessly into the cozy vibe of the Christmas season. For a decorative item that works across both of the year's biggest holiday seasons, $83 with doorstep delivery included is a much more reasonable expense than buying 2 separate decorations. 30. Lenovo Legion Gaming Console. Looking at the $1,700 price tag, this is clearly not a product for everyone, and there's nothing wrong with that. It features a crisp display, powerful hardware specs optimized for high-end graphics, a comfortable in-hand grip, and a cooling system that runs much quieter than other handheld gaming devices in the same tier. For those who are genuinely passionate about gaming and seeking a premium handheld device, this is an option worth serious consideration, especially since buying at Costco backs your purchase with their generous return policy if you're not satisfied. After hands-on testing all 30 products in this lineup, my honest advice is to stay smart when loading up your cart. Grab items marked with a clearance label or deep discounts immediately, like the fine fragrances. But hold off on the Olay skincare until the next coupon event arrives. Don't forget to keep a cooler bag in your trunk so your cold and frozen items stay in top shape. Wishing you and your family a fun, budget-smart shopping trip. Would you believe that the exact same Costco shopping cart from 2024 could leave you in utter shock at checkout in 2026 because your bill completely skyrocketed? It isn't just that prices have gone up. There are items that look identical to previous years, but what's inside has completely changed without anyone telling you. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. Kirkland eggs. When I pulled up my 2024 Costco receipt and compared it to what I just paid last week, the 24-count egg pack was what made me stop and stare the longest. Jumping from $3.49 to $8.15 in just 2 years, an increase of over 130%, with no sign that the old prices will return anytime soon. For many families who buy eggs out of habit every week, this isn't just a number on paper. It's a stark reality on every checkout receipt. The cause isn't Costco adjusting its profit margins. The HPAI avian flu outbreak eradicated over 136 million birds across the United States, shattering an egg supply chain that had operated smoothly for years in a row. When supply collapses that fast, no retailer has the power to hold prices down, not even Costco. Along with the price hike came a policy limiting purchases to a maximum of 3 packs per member to prevent panic buying and hoarding, something that had never happened to a staple like eggs before 2025. Looking back, even though the price has more than doubled, Costco is still selling them for less than most other supermarkets right now. While that doesn't make the total any less painful, at least it shows the increase stems from real supply chain pressure rather than the chain's pricing decisions. The more practical question is when egg prices might return closer to where they were. And the honest answer is that nobody knows for sure. Kirkland chocolate chips. Kirkland chocolate chips were a shock due to a completely different crisis, one that developed more quietly but had no less of an impact. The bag of chocolate chips I regularly sprinkle on my baking, which I bought for $11.99 back in 2024, is now sitting on the shelf at $24.99. That is an exact 100% increase, and this time, the quality inside hasn't changed at all. The entire increase comes directly from the raw ingredients. Ivory Coast and Ghana, two nations that account for over 60% of global cocoa production, recorded their most severe harvest failures in half a century due to extreme weather combined with diseases ravaging plantations back-to-back from 2024 into 2025. When cocoa supply becomes that scarce, doubled end product prices are a direct consequence, not an arbitrary retailer decision. Anyone who regularly buys large bags for baking or everyday use will feel this shift most acutely in their monthly budget. What is even more notable is that cocoa isn't the only commodity vulnerable in this way. Olives, coffee, and nuts all fall into the group of agricultural products heavily dependent on the climate conditions of specific growing regions, and this trend shows no signs of reversing. For those who routinely buy chocolate chips in bulk, now is the time to recalculate your real-world budget rather than waiting for prices to drop back to where they used to be. Kirkland olive oil. It's the same climate story, but Costco's response here deserves its own recognition. Kirkland extra virgin olive oil went from $20 to $25 for a 3-liter bottle or a 2-pack back in 2024, up to $34 for a single 2-liter bottle in 2026. Bumping the retail price while simultaneously shrinking the volume is not a pleasant look on paper, and I completely understand why so many users on online forums expressed utter shock when comparing it back to the 2-pack 3-liter pricing that used to run just $25 a few years ago. However, this is the part where I want to speak directly to be fair to Costco. Record-breaking droughts and heat waves back-to-back in Spain, Italy, and Greece dragged olive harvest yields down by over 50% compared to normal levels. In that climate, many commercial brands chose to blend in cheap soybean oil or sunflower oil to maintain their listed prices, something consumers rarely catch until they taste it carefully or read the fine print on the ingredient list. Costco didn't do that. They maintained their 100% cold-extracted standard and raised prices according to actual raw material costs. That was the less popular choice among consumers, but it was far more honest regarding product quality. For anyone who uses olive oil regularly in cooking or salad dressings, this remains a much more trustworthy option than cheap bottles on supermarket shelves, where you truly don't know what percentage is actual olive oil. Raising prices for real ingredients is fundamentally different from holding prices down by degrading quality. And in this instance, Costco chose the right side. There is an item on the next list where the price tag hasn't changed by a single penny. But if you do the math carefully, you are paying 33% more than you were 2 years ago without even realizing it. Kirkland toilet paper. No product on today's list has been modified in as many ways simultaneously as this pack of Kirkland toilet paper. In 2024, a 40-roll pack with 400 sheets per roll fluctuated between $17.99 and $19.99. In 2026, you paid $23.99 for 30 rolls with 380 sheets per roll. The price went up by 33%, the roll count dropped by 25%, and the sheet count per roll was cut further, all happening at once with no clear notification anywhere on the packaging. This is double shrinkflation in the truest sense of the term. The paper pulp quality also changed visibly after Costco transitioned to a cheaper raw material supplier to offset production costs. The paper is thinner, leaves lint behind after every use, and breaks down less effectively in water than the previous version. A comment on a Costco forum that garnered thousands of interactions described it as looking like you just sat on a snowball after every use because so much lint sheds off. And that really isn't an exaggeration when so many users share identical feedback in various ways. The issue doesn't stop at everyday usage experience. Paper that breaks down poorly in water poses a long-term risk of clogging plumbing systems and septic tanks, particularly for households using large quantities routinely. As for me, this is an item worth reconsidering alternatives for, rather than continuing to purchase out of habit simply because of the familiar brand name. Ziploc bags. You wouldn't notice the change unless you held two boxes from 2 different years side by side for a direct comparison. The 4-box combo pack remains priced at $13.99, exactly the same as in 2024, and the outer packaging looks virtually identical, but inside, each box has been cut from 145 bags down to 120 bags. Across the entire combo pack, you are losing exactly 100 bags compared to before without paying an extra cent. And precisely because you aren't paying extra, nobody notices. This is shrinkflation working at its absolute finest because it doesn't trigger the buyer's usual defensive reaction. No price change, no change to the main outer packaging, just reprinting a small number in the corner of the box that most shoppers don't make a habit of reading before tossing it into their cart. A 17.2% reduction in volume per purchase adds up significantly over the course of a year for families who use Ziploc bags regularly when sitting down to do the math. This is the kind of change you only discover when someone points directly at the numbers, not while standing in the supermarket aisle. Up next, I'm going to talk about a trick manufacturers frequently use to raise prices without ever getting complaints, simply because buyers don't read the small print on the packaging. Purex laundry detergent. This jug of laundry detergent is the most interesting case on today's list because they didn't hide the change. In fact, they labeled it as an upgrade. The price stays the same at $17.49, but the bottle has shrunk by roughly 20% in volume and sports a new, more concentrated label, along with a claim that it still washes the same 250 loads as before. Technically speaking, the formula was adjusted to be more concentrated, so in literal terms, they aren't lying. The issue is that the measuring cap provided with the new bottle wasn't redesigned with line markings corresponding to the new concentration. As a result, the vast majority of consumers continue measuring out of old habit, pouring more than necessary for each load, and the bottle runs out noticeably faster than the 250 load claim on the label. This is the gap between what is claimed on paper and what actually happens in real-world use, and it isn't accidental. If you still use this product, you should measure out about 20% less than your old habit, and track for yourself whether the bottle actually reaches 250 loads before buying it again next time. Hot dog and soda combo. Amidst a long list of skyrocketing numbers, this item was the one thing I found on my receipt that made me sigh with relief. $1.50. Exactly like in 2024, exactly like in 2010, and exactly like in 1985 when Costco first introduced it. 41 years without a single price adjustment, and in today's inflationary climate, that figure carries a completely different weight than it did just a few years ago. This isn't the result of operational efficiency or cheaper ingredients. Costco intentionally accepts millions of dollars in losses every year on this item in exchange for something far more important to a retail chain built on membership fees: trust. When everything around you is going up in price, that unchanging $1.50 price tag becomes an emotional anchor. Something that reminds people why they pay their $65 annual membership fee without Costco having to offer any further explanation. In 2026, Costco installed digital membership card scanners at the food court to block non-members from buying these loss leader items, a move that protects their profit margins without having to touch the $1.50 price point. One user shared that they can still feed their entire family of 5 a full meal for under $12 at the food court before loading their cart, and that is an experience no other supermarket in America can compete with right now. As for me, this is one of the few things Costco has done, and continues to do, right, in a way that shoppers can truly feel every single time they stop by. Bakery muffins. Bakery section muffins were an item I used to toss into my cart on almost every trip, until the last time I picked up a box and tried counting them again. In 2024, the combo came with 12 large muffins split into 2 6-count boxes for $9.99. What many people like to do was mix and match 2 different flavors according to preference. A small perk, but a major reason the Costco bakery stood out compared to packaged bread at regular supermarkets. In 2026, the pack has been reduced to 8 smaller-sized muffins, with the price fluctuating between $9.99 and $10.99, and the option to select different flavors is completely gone. Losing both quantity and that perk simultaneously is a far more frustrating type of change than a straightforward price hike, as it cuts away the personalized experience that set this bakery section apart. The batter quality has also drawn complaints for being drier, with a strange aftertaste compared to the old version, and unless you put them in the fridge right away, they spoil significantly faster. The true value per dollar spent has dropped sharply compared to 2 years ago, even if the number on the price sign doesn't look much different. Coming up next is a food court item whose listed price hasn't changed from 2024 to today, but what's inside is completely different. And this is the change I found most disappointing in this entire video. Chicken bake. This is the change I found most disappointing on the entire list this time around. Not because of the price, but because of how it was carried out. The chicken bake has held steady at $3.99 from 2024 to today, keeping the same name and the exact same exterior appearance. However, the internal filling has been completely reformulated. The generous portion of juicy diced chicken breast used previously has been replaced by a pasty, finely minced chicken blend. The bacon content has been reduced, and there is less Caesar sauce inside, resulting in a dry interior and a baked cheese crust that turns out hard or crumbly depending on the batch. Costco appears to have taken this route to defend the psychological $3.99 price point against rising ingredient costs. A decision that makes sense from a business standpoint, but represents a direct compromise on product quality without prior notice to buyers. I tried it again a few times after hearing feedback from many people, and the results were consistent. It's simply no longer an item I'm willing to stand in line for at the food court. For longtime fans of the chicken bake, it's worth trying once more to judge for yourself before continuing to buy it out of habit. Kirkland chicken breasts and thighs. The price increase from $3.49-$3.99 per pound in 2024 to $3.99-$4.49 per pound in 2026 isn't a figure that makes many people pause when looking at their receipt. But if you've recently noticed that Kirkland chicken breasts are tougher, harder to marinate, and missing that natural sweetness they used to have, you are far from the only one noticing it. The phenomenon known as woody breast is appearing much more frequently in Kirkland chicken breast trays. The fibrous, tough muscle tissue and its inability to absorb seasonings are direct results of chickens being forced to gain weight too quickly in industrial farming operations to meet high-volume demands. Users on online forums describe recent chicken breasts as extremely unpalatable even when cooked properly, while trays of boneless chicken thighs contain an excessive amount of untrimmed fat, forcing you to discard a large portion before cooking. Paying more for lower quality is a situation that simply cannot be defended. For families buying chicken in bulk for weekly meal prep, this is a clear reason to reconsider options, especially as alternatives from competing chains become increasingly competitive in the exact same price bracket. Rotisserie chicken? The $4.99 rotisserie chicken is one of the main reasons many people stop by Costco, even without planning to, and that price tag has remained unchanged from 2024 to 2026. What has changed is that the familiar rigid plastic clamshell container was replaced by a fully sealed flexible Mylar bag, and Costco offered very specific reasons for this decision. Switching to flexible bags reduces plastic consumption by 75%, equivalent to 17 million pounds of plastic per year, cuts over 1,000 truck transport trips, and reduces CO2 emissions into the environment by 4,000 tons. In terms of sustainability, this is a step with genuine substance. However, when you bring the chicken home, the story involves a few extra details that not everyone is prepared for. The flexible bag leaks grease into your car easily during transport. The oily surface makes it hard to handle, and some users have expressed concern over microplastic risks when the bag makes direct contact with the hot meat, even though there is no official scientific conclusion regarding the actual level of risk. The meat quality and chicken weight remain unchanged, so in terms of food value, nothing has been altered. This is a case where the underlying motivation is clear and sensible, but the actual buyer experience comes down to whether or not you prepare an extra carrying bag before heading out to the parking lot. Coming up next, I'll talk about an item Costco removed from the shelves and replaced with a new product under a different name. But if you calculate the actual price per unit, buyers are paying over 100% more without even realizing it. Kirkland Bacon. Not every price increase at Costco stems from internal decisions, and Kirkland fully cooked sliced bacon is the clearest example of that on today's list. Going from $11 to $13 in 2024 up to $15.99 to $17.01 in 2026 represents an increase of roughly 25% to 30% depending on the time of purchase. There is no shrinkflation and no ingredient reformulation, just pressure from the nationwide raw pork market, where prices hit a record peak of $6.70 per pound due to continuously rising feed and energy costs throughout this period. Costco had few choices other than passing a portion of that pressure onto retail prices, and in terms of reasoning, it is completely understandable. What is more noteworthy is the real-world impact on buyers. The price gap between Kirkland Bacon and traditional supermarkets is gradually narrowing.